I'm Rich Thomas. Wall Street futures have tumbled following a stronger than expected employment report for September. The Labor Department reports America's employers grew their payrolls by a robust 336,000 jobs last month. That comes despite the Fed's repeated interest rate hikes aimed at slowing the economy to fight inflation. The unemployment rate held steady at 3.8% last month. The Biden administration announcing a resumption of deportation flights for Venezuelan illegal aliens as it talks with Mexico about the migrant problem.
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas speaking in Mexico City.
Our two countries are being challenged by an unprecedented level of migration throughout our hemisphere.
He pledged the Biden administration is committed to working with Mexico to expand safe, orderly, and lawful pathways for migrants to come directly to the United States to obtain humanitarian relief. But he added,
with strict consequences for those who do not use those lawful means to enter our country.
I'm Ben Thomas.
First, he endorsed resumed construction of a border wall. Then just a few hours later, Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas dismissed the idea that such a barrier works. In any event, the administration has announced construction of a 17-mile stretch of wall along the southern border with Texas, 17 miles out of hundreds of miles of open border. Georgia's state taxes on gasoline and diesel fuel will be suspended for another month. Republican Governor Brian Kemp extending the rollback through at least November 11th. Striking Detroit auto workers will be getting an update later today from UAW President Shawn Fain. There have been reports of some progress in the ongoing contract talks. Watching Wall Street, Dow futures down 230 points, NASDAQ futures off 183. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's A-N-G-I, or download the app today.
My name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and New York Times bestselling author. You can protect your hard-earned retirement assets with a tax-free loophole that allows you to convert your retirement into physical gold and silver. Advantage Gold is the nation's highest-rated gold company. They have the best process, pricing, and service. If you want to get your free gold and silver investment kit, please contact Advantage Gold right now. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Call 800-900-8000.
Turkish warplanes have carried out raids on targets thought to be linked to U.S.-backed Kurdish rebel groups in northern Syria.
The strikes late on Thursday came after the U.S. military shot down an armed Turkish drone that came within 500 yards of American troops. Turkey says its jets have now targeted around 30 sites in northern Syria, destroying caves, bunkers, shelters and warehouses. Turkey's been carrying out these strikes on Kurdish militant targets in Iraq and Syria following a suicide attack outside the Interior Ministry building earlier this week. In Washington, the Pentagon said the Turkish drone bombed targets near the American troops, forcing them to go to bunkers for safety. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
A typhoon is headed towards southern China and Hong Kong after bringing record-breaking winds and leaving one person dead in Taiwan. Typhoon Koinu is strengthening again. News and analysis, townhall.com. With so many legal distractions to deal with, former President Trump has decided to temporarily drop his $500 million lawsuit against his former lawyer, Michael Cohen.
Trump had accused Cohen of spreading falsehoods with malicious intent and causing vast reputational harm. Trump has also accused Cohen of breaking a confidentiality agreement that he signed as a condition of his employment. The former president and GOP frontrunner's decision comes days before he was set to give a deposition in that Florida case against Cohen. That testimony was originally scheduled for October 3rd, but Trump rescheduled so he could attend the first 3 days of a separate New York civil fraud trial. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
The nationwide Kaiser Permanente healthcare workers strike is scheduled to come to an end as of tomorrow morning. A 3-day walkout. It focuses on wages as well as staffing issues. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday, everybody. It's a fair Friday, too.
It is a fair Friday.
Action-packed Friday, day one of the rodeo.
Yes.
Concert night, all kinds of stuff happening.
Standing at the precipice of the doorway to the end.
Yeah. The big climax.
This has been the longest week of my whole life. Not even just because of, like, okay, the work thing is one thing. It's just the work thing, and I've been dealing with personal, friend and family issues, and it's just...
It's a big hobo stew of stuff.
It's not even a hobo stew. At this point, it's a hobo bisque of nonsense.
I just started another thing.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about bisque yesterday. I know. I left the room, and that was all I was thinking. I was like... We didn't even talk about bisque. We separated soups and stews and chowders, but nobody brought up bisques.
Man. Well, happy Friday.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. It's all Friday. Now, I'm not going to lie. My Thursday ended badly.
Yeah?
Oh, so badly.
Oh, no. What happened to him?
Did you watch that game last night?
Did they choke?
Put it this way. I'm pretty sure our owner was sauced last night because I was like they. Now, if I just paid $6 billion for a team and watch them give up 40 points to a team that hasn't won in a season, then yes, I'd be hammered too.
Who are they playing?
The Bears.
Oh.
They lost 40 to 20 to the Bears. Our defense, it's supposed to be so awesome, gave up 40 points to the Bears.
Hey, any given Thursday, man.
Oh, they stink. And Magic Johnson was even on Twitter saying this team had no fire last night. They were bad. But yeah, they were showing the new owner, and you could see the beer, but like the hat wasn't quite sitting straight on his head. The hair was he looked like a man who's been drinking beer for a few hours.
Well, let's venture a guess that his first order of business as an owner of the Commanders was to buy everybody a beer.
Yeah.
Chances are he knows where to drown his sorrows.
Well, he was buying himself a lot of beers last night, I think, because boy, howdy, was that not good. But then I woke up this morning and added a big old cherry to turn this thing around here for me.
You're absolutely right, because the news that you delivered before the show this morning made my my heart go all fluttery.
Yeah, so I woke up this morning and was looking at my, seeing what's going on in the world as one does. And I saw, now I've talked about this for a couple years now. I'd like to say I was one of the first people around here to really talk about this thing.
You definitely jumped in on the trend before it went nationwide.
Yes. And what I would speak of is the sensation that is the Savannah Bananas.
Yes.
They are if you're not familiar, they're
get familiar.
They're a college, either minor league team that plays real baseball during baseball season. But in the off season, during, which will be the spring and summer here, they do what's called Banana Ball, and it's think of Harlem Globetrotters on a baseball field.
Yeah.
They do a 2-hour time limit. They do, it's all fun and frivolity and games and goofy pitches and weddings and dancing and all this is just a big party for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool part is you pay like $20 to get in, and for a baseball game, and that includes all your hot dogs and peanuts and popcorn and sodas and all that stuff. And it's a whole fun thing.
That's awesome.
Now, what I'm excited about is Banana Ball is coming to Albuquerque in 2024. The
Yes.
Savannah Bananas are going to bring Banana Ball World Tour to Isotopes Park.
That's awesome.
Whatever it's called, Rio Grande Field at
Yeah, I think
Isotope Park,
the
whatever
Rio
it's
Grande
called now.
Credit Union
Yeah,
Field.
whatever it's called now. That thing, that's where they're going to be April 20th and 21st
Nice.
of 2024.
So are they doing 2 nights?
I'm guessing, yeah, it's
That's-
a 2-night thing.
That's pretty cool.
Now, thanks to my crack wife, crack team of wife.
there we
That's
go.
what I meant to say.
There
Crack
we
team
go.
of wife.
Thanks to my crackhead wife. Hold on, Mike.
Crack
She's
team.
still listening right
Yes,
now.
Crack team.
There you go.
It consists of my wife.
My your home advisor, or not home advisor. Your
Yeah.
what do you call it? I was trying to think of the term. Like your informant. There you go.
Yes.
Your homebound informant.
My consigliere.
There you go. A fancy word.
But she did some digging on this, and you're gonna have to work to get tickets.
Yeah.
Yes. So here's the deal. She
Takes off glasses.
She screenshotted me this little note on the Bananas baseball website. You will need to join the ticket lottery list before it closes on December 1st, 2023. Joining the list does not guarantee the opportunity to buy tickets. A random drawing will take place about 2 months before the event. If you're selected, you'll have an opportunity to purchase tickets. So you're going to have to get on a list. And according to my wife, we're on the list. She's on the list, and then I'm on the list.
Okay.
2 different things. I don't know how many tickets you get to purchase with your lottery
I think that's
thing.
the key is get enough friends and everybody gets a spot on the list so that if one of you wins, you can buy everybody tickets.
Yeah. So to be honest, I don't know, like how many are going to be, like this could be like the lottery, like
right.
The
I want to
odds
say
are, I
want to
know.
say send me that link, but I feel like you'd be like, no.
It's Savannah Bananas. I don't know. My wife
Got it.
didn't. I know it's their website because I can recognize some of the
color scheme
artwork on there.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so it's the official Savannah Bananas website, which is, I'm guessing, savannahbananas.com or
Mhm.
something like that. So
.edu.
Yeah, .org. But yes, so Savannah, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, Google search
Just go look
Savannah
them up.
Bananas. There's about 1 million national stories on the team. Like Today's Show and CBS This Morning, and all of those morning shows have done pieces on the Savannah Bananas. The guy's been interviewed 1,000 times that owns the team, and he wears his bright yellow banana tuck suit to all of the games and all that stuff. He does a whole thing. He's kind of like your ringmaster for the game each day, or each performance, I guess you could say, if that's more of the thing. And I think they actually lose sometimes.
Yeah?
Like, I think, like, it's not like the Globetrotters, where the Globetrotters pretty much won every
The
time.
Globetrotters have actually lost like 3 times in
Have
history.
they?
Yeah.
Well, from allegedly, I think every once in a while the Bananas do lose to the whatever their version of the
They're
Washington
the Generals.
Admirals are,
Or
or whatever
Admirals,
they're called. But yeah, so that excited me. We now have Savannah Bananas coming to Albuquerque. So do a thing. You'll trust me. It's I think.
Wow.
What's that?
The Globetrotters have lost 345 games over the course of 9 decades.
Oh, wow.
27,000 wins, however.
Well, that's still
so,
pretty good
they do have
record.
the best winning percentage.
27,300. It's not too bad.
Not too shabby.
I think that's a playoff team.
But how much would that suck to be at the one Globetrotters game that they lost?
Right?
You just go home sad.
But now, I kind of want to go to a Globetrotters game and wear like a Washington Admirals jersey. Like go as the root for the other guy.
You're just the one guy on the other side.
Yeah, with the other shirt on.
Go Jerry! Did you ever see the Globetrotters?
Not in person.
They've come through Roswell twice.
Yeah.
And I got to go to both of them. It's such a cool show.
Yeah, I've never been to one. Like, I think I got to interview one time, but I never got to go to a game or see anything.
Yeah.
No, my Globetrotters consist of Scooby-Doo on cartoons and the 80s when they put the Globetrotters like at everything.
After Meadowlark Lemon retired, I'm pretty sure it's just a rotating group of really skilled basketball players.
Curly and Meadowlark, and that was the OG group of the Globetrotters. That they kind of had the most famous group.
Which is funny because recently I went back and watched. Have you ever seen Basketball Diplomacy, or was it called
Basketball Diaries?
No. And maybe it was called Basketball Diplomacy. It was the documentary that Vice did where Dennis Rodman and a couple of Globetrotters went over to North Korea and played a pickup basketball game with some of the North Korean team.
I would like to watch
It's really cool. It's a really cool documentary. But you could like kind of like you get the vibe from because like there's the Globetrotters, they're just there doing their basketball tricks, like moving the ball over their arms and stuff. And excuse me, and hanging out with the locals. And you kind of get a feel for like this is the North Korea they don't want you to see. It's just like the people, But it's a really cool look at life in North Korea.
I'll have to check that out. I wonder if it's on Hulu or something.
Well, it was a Vice documentary. I watched it on YouTube.
Okay, I thought Vice puts a lot of stuff on Hulu.
They do tend to put on.
Maybe
there.
It's on there. Let me give you the rundown for today's show. We got the folks from Victory Outreach joining us. I think it's Pat Laney and Phil Wood joining us there in the other room. So we'll get an update from them on what's happening over at Victory Outreach. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, we're going to replay our interview we had earlier in the week with Kathy Lay from her community and volunteer outreach coordinator, Keep Roswell Beautiful. And she talked about a couple of events, the art fair that's coming up on the 14th. We talked about some cleanup events that's coming up as well. And the volunteer program for youth is back.
Yes.
So if you want to make money for your youth group by cleaning up some trash, that program is on like Donkey Kong.
Nice.
So you can do that, but we'll play that interview here in just a bit in the 8 o'clock hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, Barbara Gomez with Main Street Roswell going to join us, give us an update on what they've got going on. Of course, Farmers Market wrapped up. We just had Chili Cheese Fest, so with that, and we'll talk about the next thing.
It's sort of the wrap-up to festival season.
Yeah. Although I feel like there's more coming.
It's because we're heading into fall time, and of course there's
Veterans Day and all that, and of course that's not really Main Street per se, but it does happen downtown. But
now we're gearing up for the lead up to Halloween,
trunk or treat season,
the trunk or treats, the holiday season. It's so funny because like we go from like I'm sweating, I'm dying, it's 120 degrees. Let's talk about Halloween.
Yeah,
it just feels like such a weird transition every year.
Although I ain't gonna lie, it was nice walking. It was crisp breeze.
Look at this. Long
yeah, I went short sleeve, but not much longer. Not much longer. So, all right, it is 7:18. Let's get.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Oh, we got one more thing.
We do have one more thing.
Please continue.
Because today is a grand day.
It is.
As we both stop to enjoy our beverages.
Yes.
Big thanks to the folks at McDonald's.
Absolutely. Each and every Friday, they provide us with delicious breakfast treats. You too can enjoy said treats. All you need to do is download that app, put it on your phone. Start ordering, pick it up through the drive-thru, enjoy it indoors, have it even delivered to your house. They can do it all.
It's the wave of the future. It's the future that we all hoped for when we were kids. It's like you could have McDonald's at your house.
Mm-hmm.
What a concept!
And you don't have to go to McDonald's. Yeah, exactly. So download it. Check out the deals section where you're going to find some great deals each and every time, and then you start building rewards and you get free food. And it's just a great thing. And I saw it on the national news. They're going to bring back the McRib again.
Yes.
So McRib season is coming
after
soon.
its 2-year farewell tour.
Yeah, McRib season is coming soon. Put your noses in the air. You'll know when it arrives.
Is that barbecue sauce, onions, and pickles I smell?
That smells like a McRib. Yes. So big thank you to McDonald's. Swing by any McDonald's here in town near you. They got you covered. And we do appreciate them supporting the show for many, many, many years now. To quote Commandant.
They've been here longer than I have.
The Commandant from Police Academy, if I could.
many.
All right, it is 7:19. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty nice conditions for the upcoming weekend. We have high pressure rolling in from the Intermountain States and covering the southwest. 80 for the afternoon high today. Lots of sun, wind should be light. Maybe a few clouds overnight and our low dropping into the mid-50s. And then Saturday we will be a little bit cooler. Afternoon highs staying in the mid-70s and sunny, back to the low 80s and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 58 degrees. Not even 60 yet. Isn't that amazing? 58 here in Roswell. Humidity's at 81%. Winds are out of the south at 5 miles per hour. Sunny today, 82 for a high. South winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 52 degrees. Southeast winds, 10 to 15 miles per hour. For you Saturday, mostly sunny, 75 for a high tomorrow. Mid-70s. Isn't that amazing? Great. East winds, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 51 degrees. South winds, 5 to 15. Sunday, sunny, warming back up. Highs in the mid-80s on Sunday, 84. South winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Monday, Columbus Day, when you head back to work, 87 for a high there. And looks like we're going to be in the upper 80s. Pushing 90 Tuesday and Wednesday next week, and then by around Thursday, we'll drop back down to the low 80s. So, a little bit of warmth next week, but still not like what we were getting. All right, it is 7:21. We're going to take a 3.5-minute break, and then we'll have the folks from Victor Outreach join us on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Hey, Roswell, Rides Amusements is back at the Eastern New Mexico State Fair. Now through October 7th, ride the Orbiter, the Himalaya, the Vertigo 90-foot tower, and new this year, Zero Gravity. For the kids, Jumbo the Flying Elephants, the Carousel, the Wet Boats in Real Water, and more. Enjoy the cotton candy, funnel cakes, lemonade, and handmade pizza. Get a wristband and ride all you want all day for just $35. Now through October 7th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fair.
Hey neighbors, there's a new source for all your appliance needs in the area. We're Roswell Appliance Outlet. We sell new minor scratch and dent appliances and we'll help you save 40 to 60% off of MSRP. All come with warranty and personalized service. We also offer parts and service for your existing household appliances. We offer financing and delivery options as well. Don't make that big box store mistake. Come see us at Roswell Appliance Outlet today at 600 South Main in Roswell or call 575-363-9236.
Hey, Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing. Trustmark is one of the only roofing companies that's also a licensed commercial and residential general contractor.
Wow.
I know, who cares, right? Well, you should care. You see, a licensed roofer can install a new roof on your home, but really can't handle structural problems underneath. So if your roof needs reframing or your chimney needs a water diverting cricket, you may need to call a licensed general contractor. And coordinating two companies for your roofing job can get costly and messy fast. As a licensed roofer and general contractor, Trustmark can install a stunning new roof on your home and handle structural issues. This saves you time, money, hassle, and even makes it easier to file an insurance claim. Call today for your 20% off coupon for our spring roof and gutter maintenance service. 575-755-ROOF or visit us at TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Listen up, golfers. Pecos Valley Production presents the first annual Dairy to Dank Golf Tournament, Saturday, October 14th at the Spring River Golf Course. This 3-person scramble begins at 11 a.m. with a shotgun start at noon. It's only $450 per team, including food, drinks, and beer. A portion of the proceeds to benefit the Anita Silas Memorial Fund, supporting breast cancer awareness. Sponsorships are available. Contact Maria Sosa at 575-914-2732 for more information and to get signed up. The first annual Dairy to Dank Golf Tournament, Saturday, October 14th at the Spring River Golf Course in Roswell. Sponsored by Pecos Valley Production, hitting the green since 2016.
Let's face it, guys. We're living in times where the truth is becoming more suppressed and censorship is increasing at an alarming rate, especially on social media platforms. It's Clyde, and I want to tell you about a safe and secure digital playground we put together just for you. It's Aftermath.media. You get access to thousands of Ground Zero archives and podcasts, along with our private social media groups with your basic membership starting at only $7 a month. Each subscription includes tech support, access to the RSS feeds, along with our own chat room and Telegram channel. In addition, the premium membership includes research study groups, webinars, a document and movie library, a live video stream of Ground Zero, a monthly Zoom chat with me, and other bonus content. Be sure to check out our yearly specials as well. Sign up today while you're thinking about it. Sign up at aftermath.media. Again, that's aftermath.media.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. There are 293 ways to make change for $1. Try all 293 on the guy who keeps borrowing money from you. Here's Mike Winters.
Good morning. It is 25 minutes after 7 o'clock. Pastor Pat Leahy throwing jokes. I did see the game last night. Yeah. That's why I was in a bad mood until I learned about the Savannah Bananas. And I was like, okay, that made me happy again. So, yeah, prior to that, I was salty that while I was talking that I'm pretty sure the owner of our team was pretty soused last night after giving up 40 points to the Chicago Bears. Like, they should have pictured him. The hat's all crooked. The beer glass looked pretty empty. Just saying, I'm thinking he had a long night last night. But anyway, joining us in studio this morning from Victory Outreach, Pat Laney and Phil Wood back with us. Morning, guys. How y'all doing today?
I'm good.
I know it was a weird, ironic joke right before you guys coming home, but that's, but that's life sometimes.
Yeah, throw some curveballs, Mike.
That's right. God's jokes. But, well, first off, how's life at the church this morning? Y'all always busy. I mean, you go to the Victory Outreach Facebook page pretty much every week, almost every day, there's something going on or an event or kind of gearing you up for the next event here.
Yeah, we've had a really great year so far. A lot of great events already taking place, and we're planning on finishing the year strong.
Good deal.
We have some things coming up. Just small things. This Sunday, we're starting this thing called the Tailgate Discipleship.
Speaking of the game last night.
Yeah, speaking of the game last night.
Maybe you should send the Commanders with you guys. They could use some inspiration based on last night's performance.
Yeah. So, men get together, and it's, we occasionally we'll have like men's breakfast or like men's power up.
Sure.
Donuts and coffee and stuff. But
it's fellowship.
Yeah, fellowship time. Yeah. And I think especially with men in the church, that fellowship is a key component.
Mm-hmm.
Women naturally fellowship.
Yeah, they kind of just have an instinct that kind of draws them.
They gather. They get together.
We got to be pushed around in boxes and say, all right, now you start talking.
So we found the secret to getting men together. And the secret is you get a grill and put a football game on.
Exactly.
And the men seem to gather pretty well.
Yeah, you put certain tools in a room, and then the guys just kind of start standing around it, and then things happen. Yeah, grills.
Play some cornhole.
Yeah, cornhole or a dartboard.
Yeah.
Any of these things tend to do that sometimes.
Yeah, so we're starting that off. We're going to be having those through the rest of the football season.
Foosball table. Any of these will do the job.
So... And that's just something small we're doing locally, but
we need to do something with our hands while we're talking.
Right? Yeah,
I think that's maybe what it is. We got to pretend like we're focused in on grilling meats or flipping something,
and that is something that's a little competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Bring out our competitive nature a little and give us a reason.
Well, football, we all have our teams. Right. Even our casual fans, they still grew up liking somebody. And so that always creates a bit of back and forth there. So.
And but we have a few big things coming up still. We have November 19th, Sunday night. We have Brian Trejo and Young Bro and Cross, Anando, Winter Ray, Vals, and J True come in. We're going to do a big concert. We're going to have it at the Serenity Club and Venue.
Oh, wow.
On November 19th. Our place wasn't big enough, so it's going to be a great time. It's going to be our big outreach to finish the year.
Good deal.
And then we're planning. It's in the plans right now to do a production of Scrooge in December. So nice December.
So this would be more like the Bill Murray version of the story.
It is like
Scrooge,
the Bill Murray with
Scrooge
the beard.
Version. Yes.
And so I'm not going to tell you which beard you're going to see, but one of the beards are going to be there.
I gotta inject this real quick. Because is it a grow thing? Like who can get it longest by the certain date? But it's so funny you mentioned that yesterday in beards of all things, because I saw something on Facebook yesterday that I cannot unsee since I saw it, and it was a picture of a back of a $5 bill and Abraham, or not back, front, depending on, but it was a picture that Abe Lincoln on the $5 bill there.
Yeah.
and some artist or something did some stuff to the beard and to the nose, and then put $5 Bill Murray, and it looked just like Bill Murray with the beard. And I was like, and so it's just funny you said that. And then you said with the beard, I was like, as soon as you said that, I was thinking, because I saw yesterday someone turned Abe Lincoln into Bill Murray on a $5 bill.
Yeah.
And
All right.
I could not unsee it. So when you said it, it just reminded me of it.
You know, it's funny. I was talking to someone last week, and I was just talking about the ministry and, about Victory Outreach and what we do. And they stopped me mid-sentence, and they asked me, is your beard like for religious reasons?
Wow.
I was like, no, so I don't look 12 years old.
It's a fashion choice. Well, there is something to be said. Generally, a lot of long-bearded people are very faith-based people. So I could see the connection.
Yeah.
And, you look at, like, our you look in history and you look at, like, photos or paintings and stuff of some disciples, and they all got beards, so it does make sense. I hope this is a child that asked, right?
It was not.
All right, never mind. Well, beardless or bearded, it does not matter. You're all welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a fun take on bringing that Christmas message and everything else, so you can. It's okay to laugh and enjoy the season, too.
Absolutely.
That's
And once again, we do a lot of things. If you have Facebook, have Instagram, follow us at Victory Outreach Roswell. Always got stuff going on for the entire family, men's events, women's events, outreaches, community events. And so social media is the way to find us.
Absolutely. And for folks not familiar, we talk about, every time. Victory Outreach, obviously, when we talk, it's kind of a two-side thing. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all church. It's God's house. We come to church. All are welcome. All, if you're breathing and want to get closer to God, then this is a home for you. However, there is a special kind of caveat on top of this. If you've dealt with struggles, addiction, things like that, Victory Outreach Home, that's kind of their niche, their jam. They're really good at helping people that struggle. Now, that being said, you don't have to have any of that to be a part of it. There's no rule requiring saying, well, have I had enough angst in my life to join you guys? No. Anybody can come.
Yeah.
Whether you bring your problems or bring none of your problems. It's not, it just come. But if you are struggling, if you're dealing with those kinds of things, there are resources through Victory Outreach that they can help you get back onto the path here. That's, so there is that. It's kind of a special thing. It's a church for everyone, but for folks that need some more of God's hand, then this church specializes in that too.
The body of Christ has many members, and Victory Outreach, we play a part in the body of Christ, and our part is reaching the treasures out of darkness.
Absolutely.
As far as especially with our Victory Home and that kind of evangelism to reach into the neighborhoods and
the places that
addiction.
are darkest. You're coming in with the light. And
absolutely,
that's what God wants, and so that's where they're the beacon. You guys are it. So please, if you're looking for help, resources, if you're just looking for a connection, Victory Outreach is for you. You don't even have to if you're not dealing with addiction. The and this is just it. Addiction's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Sure, the popular ones are alcohol, drugs, things like that, but addiction can be a lot of things. Pride could be an addiction. Any of the deadly sins are addictions, and however, if these are taking over your life, then maybe it's time to seek help and talk to some people. And just so happens the folks at Victory Outreach have a lot of experience in this department and are particularly adept at helping you navigate through these types of things.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And speaking of our Victory Homes, we're getting into a season, and I'm going to let Phil kind of share. So the summer, our Victory Homes are self-supportive. We don't take any government funding. A
lot of it's on the sweat and backs of the people in the home.
So it's like we believe in not just taking handouts. We don't give handouts. We give hand-ups. And so,
kind of earning your place back to God.
And it helps because, when I went into the Victory Home in 2002, I couldn't hold on a job. I would get my first paycheck. I was gone. You know what I mean? And so
you're teaching those values.
It's also teaching men and women how to pay their own, to work and fundraise and kind of earn their keep. And
well, I'm guessing too, it's, some of these folks in the situations, it's not that they're not afraid to hustle. They've been hustling things to get whatever, but they don't see the fruits of the labor sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where it's like, sure, we're going to bust our hump and work, but instead of the nugget of drug or whatever you guys were fighting for before, now you're going to see what the real reward is. You know what I mean? And I think that's where part of it comes in, is I think they may have not done it because they don't realize what's on the other side.
Yeah, and so in the summertime, fundraising for our home is pretty good, and we're able to functioning. But in the wintertime, it always slows down.
Sure.
So I want
not so many car washes and things you can do in the winter. Yeah.
Hey, if we need to, we'll be out there in a coat with a with a BD.
Hey, we can grow more beard.
So I was going to see if Phil could share a few of the things that the Victory Home does as far as fundraising, in case anybody out there listening has any kind of need like that to
absolutely and of course,
help the homes out.
If anybody wants to bless and help out, that the generous donations do really keep the doors open and keep the church the lights lit and all that.
Absolutely.
Stuff, so.
Yeah, well, so we've talked before. Our Victory Homes, they are a free home for the men inside of our Roswell Victory Home, and the great thing about the home, for a little background for those maybe who haven't heard before, is we are a place where men can come and get their life straightened out, get off of drugs, dealing with depression, suicidal thoughts, life in the streets, just lost and hurting, and they can come in. It's free of charge. The men do go out and do fundraising to help support the home and pay the bills, keep the lights on, however you want to say it.
Sure.
And as Pastor was saying, during the summer months and spring months, there's more availability of fundraising, but during the winter it kind of slows down. So the men go out and do all kinds of different fundraisers throughout the year, whether it be doing yard work. I know fall's coming up. People's trees,
a lot of leaves need to be raked.
Leaves need to be raked.
Wait till that weekend when they all come down.
Yeah. So if you need help raking your leaves, trimming up your hedges a little bit before the winter comes, you could always give us a call.
We did get some rain here. There might be some weeds popping up from time to time now. You know how weeds grow around here. We rain the next day, they're 6 feet tall all of a sudden. So, yeah.
Maybe people need help moving. They're moving.
Sure.
The men can go out and help move. Also, we are...
Probably some handiwork too, like you need painting.
Minor handiwork, painting. If you need help painting
no
your house,
bathroom renovations and stuff.
Yeah, I try to stay away. I try to stay away from electrical.
We can
and
do
plumbing.
demolition. we break
demolition.
We need some extra holes in the wall.
Demolition. I will show up for. I got some frustration to take out.
You ever want a wall that looks like Swiss cheese?
We can help. We can help with that.
I personally will show up for that one. No extra charge.
That's right.
I will be
Think of
there.
all the people.
And sometimes you just need some manual labor. Like if you own a construction
some
business,
brute force to get something done.
Right, you need to move some stuff around. I
always tell people if you need help, just give me a call and ask. I can see if it's
You've
something
got
we can take care
of. You've got a force of men ready.
Yeah, we got manpower, moving, yard work, painting, minor handiwork. Anything you need, we could probably do. I just stay away from the majors, the electrical, and the plumbing. I don't want to flood someone.
We don't have a bunch of
burn
journeyman apprentices and everything trades workers in there. We got these are folks that they can move brute force and do it. Together you can do a lot of stuff. But,
yeah, absolutely.
They're not so much the expertise stuff. We need to call the professionals for that.
And also if people are looking to maybe over and above fundraising, maybe if they want to donate, we're always looking for gently used men's clothing, cleaning products such as bleach, Pine Sol, Fabuloso, disinfectant wipes, Lysol,
stuff to keep the home
bedding, men's dress clothes or men's work clothes. It's funny because when someone comes in the home, like when I went in the home, I weighed about 80 pounds. You could see my rib cage, and all those.
So you had to get a few X's or a few sizes increased on the.
When
on
guys
the pants
come
there.
in the home, it was like they wear a medium suit, and then by the 3rd month they wear a large suit, and by the 6th month they wear a double X.
So that's how you tell people how long they've been in the home by their size.
Yeah, by their suit size.
Oh, you must be new. You've been here a while. That's pretty funny. But to your point, you're right. A lot of folks, they come in with the clothes on their backs and nothing else, and that's just it too. Is that once that they start hitting the milestones where they're starting to the light bulb moments are happening and all that stuff, and they're starting to want to put their life back together. It's just like everybody else. You need the tools to do that.
Absolutely.
Oh, I got to get a job. I got to get a place to live. I got to do all that. Oh, that takes money. Oh, I got to get a job. Oh, I got to get ready for an interview. I got to get some clothes. All of that goes in, and those logistics for someone who doesn't have it can be very overwhelming and very could be a hurdle to stop that success here. And so if you can help out that way, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That little stuff is.
We're kind of new to Roswell. We've been here since 2020, and we're still looking for some business partners that would partner with us and hire our homes for fundraising.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, when they're transitioning back into, they completed the home, now they're looking for a job. Some of those same business partners might want to offer them a job so they help them get back on their feet.
Absolutely.
And it takes a whole community.
Well, it's reestablishing and reconnecting those relationships, and you've got a group of people that have strained from those relationships, and they're now looking to reconnect.
Yeah.
And I think as employers and as business people, you're going to find these are people that are going to be hungry. They're going to be, and because they're getting a second chance, they look at it much differently.
Yeah.
It's looked at like, wow, I'm giving an opportunity. This is my chance to take that ball and run. And so what you're probably going to see is you're going to see someone that takes that ball and run with it, and you're going to find an employee that if is not your employee for the next 20 years is going to do great work for you while they're there until they find their next thing.
Absolutely.
And either way, it's a win for you. So give a shout out to the church. Reach out and say, hey, you know what? I was listening to you guys, and I could probably use some extra help and things. Maybe we should talk here.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
So please reach out here. Something else I wanted to catch and talk to you guys about before we let you go too is I know you guys are in the process of saving and building and finding your own permanent home. Fortunately, the fine folks at Westminster Presbyterian Church have been so gracious in sharing their home with the Victory Outreach family, and you guys have been able to kind of coexist and do your thing in there. But at the end of the day, you want your own place, a bigger place, and all that. So how's that search going? How's that process going? Where are we at there?
Just a little update. So we're in the middle of a building fund. We're raising money. We have a goal. We're halfway to our financial goal as far as our down payment.
Okay.
We already have a building that we are talking to the owner about.
Okay.
And he seems to really want to sell us the building. And so they're doing the appraisals and the brokers,
all the red tape stuff,
all that kind of stuff. And so we're still a little bit away from our goal.
Okay.
Right now we've raised about $15,000.
Okay.
And
what's your goal number?
So we need about $30,000.
So we're about halfway there.
We're about halfway there, and living on a prayer. And so, if there's anybody out there that wants to come by and help, if 15 people gave $1,000, we would already be there.
You'd be there.
Yeah. So
I'll find 30 and give 500.
Yeah. 60 for 250, whatever we got to do.
Whatever the fraction is, we'll figure it out.
But you can get a hold of Brother Phil at the Victory Home phone, either for the fundraising or if you'd like to make a donation to our building fund.
Yeah,
we really believe God has called us to this city to make a difference, and we believe that this is our next step. Getting a home of our own, to be a lighthouse in our community, to reach the treasures out of darkness.
Well, and I will say this. People, when we talk politics and everything in this town, and people this and have-nots and homeless and all the things we talk about in this town, I will say this: what Victory Outreach is doing, they're in the streets. They're the ones helping and administering and doing God's work to the people that need it. That's exactly what the church is supposed to be doing. If you want to help the community and help people, and you talk about the city, and the city says we shouldn't get involved in that, fine. But the private sector should.
Yeah.
This is on us. This is you, me, your family, my family, all of us. If you live, breathe, and call this place your home, then the onus is on us to take care of this. So if you do have $1, if you have $5 or $1,000, whatever it is, this is if you want to invest back into making better things in our community, this is the type of stuff you give it to. This is the type
Absolutely.
of thing you invest into. This is soup to nuts, boots on the ground, all the catchphrases you want to put, grassroots, all that. The money, the dollar you give is going directly into the program or growing directly into the facilities that support the program.
Absolutely.
This is money that's going to go directly. It's not, well, let me get my taste. Oh, here's the rest for whatever you got to do. None of that. This is money that if you donate $1 or donate $1,000 or $1 million, every penny of that is going to this church and to the people that call it home.
Absolutely.
So,
and like when you were talking about politics, and it's one of those things that sometimes different churches are like, well, that's not my church, or we only support things with our church. Victory Outreach, we're a ministry that we're a resource to all churches.
We all believe there's one God.
Yeah, and like people from this church or that church or this mega church or this small church, Victory Outreach is a resource. You could send people that are hurting and addicted, send them to our Victory Home, and we're not here to compete with other churches.
Yeah, the first question you want to ask is, what church do you go to? You know what I mean? I need help. Okay, what church do you go to? That's not what's going on here.
Right. So even if Victory Outreach isn't your church, it's like if you want to help our Victory Home,
sure.
If you want to help us get a building of our own.
If you're happy at your church and want to go there every Sunday, God bless you. Please do. But hey, if you want to also help some other people in this community, support the Victory Outreach.
And if you want to drop by our church and pick up some home flyers, just so you have them. Who knows who you could run into at the gas station, or driving around Roswell. It's not like when I was growing up. There's a lot more visible people out there, and violence and addiction and all those things. And to have a home flyer, to have a resource to say, hey, Jesus loves you. Here's a place that could help you change your life.
Well, and I'm sure you guys have seen them. Particularly during sports, you see them a lot. And I'm not sure what church puts them out or what, but those Jesus commercials where they kind of, and all of them kind of show like the sign of the times with the strife and all that, and like Jesus, Jesus did all. They're excellent commercials. But that's kind of what you're saying here is Jesus doesn't care about that stuff. Jesus was in the dirt. Jesus was here. Jesus did this. The things you're seeing and doing, Jesus gets it.
Yeah.
Been there, done that, got that T-shirt. And they're very powerful. And that's really the message you're saying is it doesn't matter what church it is, where you're going. If you believe in Jesus Christ, then guess what? Then the rest will work itself out here. It doesn't matter what building you celebrate them in.
Absolutely. Wherever God calls you, find your place, and then let's build the kingdom together.
Absolutely. And just exactly. Getting involved and doing everything, because we all want to live in a great place. We want Roswell to be awesome.
Yeah.
We want to be proud of this. We want to brag on this community. We want to say, people come here are friendly. There's when you come here, you just feel like a community that embraces and loves you. And we're not that far off. I will tell you, as someone that grew up in D.C. area, Maryland, did not grow up here, it's a different world here. We are blessed to have you growing up there, and the way people act and talk to each other, it's not the same as it is here. And that's a bad thing. What we have is a good thing. It's okay to say hi to people in the streets and be polite and courteous, and that is the fabric. And so please continue to just be that blessing. Support the stuff. When they got events, when Pastor Ridgway's out here on Friday night doing his thing at the courthouse lawn, it's kind of wrapped up for the year. But, when that kind of stuff's going on, come out, check it out, see it. Come see what's going on. Come talk. Come to, there's more in common than you realize with all the folks that live here. We all have a lot more in common than you think. So let's all come together. Let's do our best to do this, help each other out, and support and celebrate. And coming out to events and coming out to church here, come out and hang out. You want to hang out on the grill on this weekend with the guys and talk? Come on down to Victory Outreach, and we'll move over a spot for the grill, next to the grill, for you to talk and all that good stuff. Come be a part of the tailgate event. This is all
absolutely.
It's all fellowship and figuring it out together. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
That's church at the end of the day. Church is just all trying to live the life that God wants us, and we're all trying to figure it out together. That's all it is. We have the Bible, but let's face it, not all the answers. You know, we learn as we go, and we do things, and you need each other to learn these lessons together. So,
and if anybody does want to help out with the Victory Home when it comes to fundraising, or say you want to make some donations, or you want to get with someone and put a pledge in for or help donate for our building pledge, you could always give me a call at our Victory Home phone number, which is 575-291-4107. You could also visit us on Victory Outreach Roswell on Facebook. And right there, we have a QR code for our building.
Okay, you can scan that.
You can scan that.
And if you don't know how the high-tech stuff, shoot a message in there.
You can message
Phil
them.
or somebody will get to you.
Our
here.
church number's on there also. And like Pastor was saying, all of our events are going on there. You could check it out. Hit the follow button. We're always doing something for men, women, even for young adults here in the community. So once again, the number is 575-291-4107. That's the number if you want to. If you know someone who's lost, that's our men's home number. Give us a call if you want to help out with donations to the men's home. Give us a call if you want to help out with fundraising.
Absolutely,
and I can direct your call to wherever it needs to go.
And for women, we have the men's home here, but there are resources for women. We're gonna have to send you up north a little bit, but if you do need help too, please reach out. They will put you in touch with the people that can help.
They can send you to sunny California if you want.
That's right. But please get involved, and then come out this weekend, and come on out. Now, like we said, that for now until the planets align and everything else, the fine folks at Westminster Presbyterian Church, Pastor Tom Blake has shared his building with you guys for the last couple of years. So if you want to come out to services and everything this weekend, come on out to Westminster Presbyterian Church. They're on, I believe it's 4th Street is the thing, but it's
2801 West 4th.
It's behind Champion Motorsports and everything there, next to Enchanted Hills Park and all that there. It's right. Can't miss it. It's a really cool church. Yeah. It's the one with the wood and got the pointy, stuff church.
Yeah, it's kind of like a buffet over there. You know what I mean? It's like you got your traditional Presbyterian service at 9, and if you right after that,
there you go.
11:30, you got our service.
That's
you
right.
could take a little, test drive through both.
Just save room on the plate. You put a little bit more
room on the plate.
But it's a pretty church. Like I love the main worship. That's where the point, because you look up and you see the wood, the way it's bent and everything. I don't know. It just to me, it's kind of. I get lost staring at it sometimes.
I think it's like, is this like Noah's Ark?
Yeah,
that's you look up.
Like there you go. I didn't think of it until you said. If I was sitting inside the ark, that's what it kind of feels like. Yeah, I didn't. That good analogy. I never thought of it until you said that way.
Yeah, it's beautiful kind of facility.
Yeah, but good deal. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Stay cool or warm. We're kind of in the middle now. I'm not sure which way to go with that. So, but folks, reach out if you want to help, if you need help. Or you just looking for a church home, any of the above, all of the above, some of the above, come on out and reach out to these guys. You'll be very happy you did. Good deal. Well, thank you guys.
Awesome.
All right. Congratulations to your Bears.
Not my Bears.
Today they are. 7:53. We're going to pause for news. A quick break. Don't go away.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Sorello. Artesia Public Schools are dismissing early today to allow students to attend the funeral for Mac Chase with their families. The funeral is at 2:30 this afternoon at Bulldog Bowl. Elementary schools will dismiss at 1:15, while Park Junior High and Artesia High School will dismiss at 1:20. Those attending the funeral are asked to enter on the east side, the visitors' side of the stadium. The home side on the northwest entrance, it'll be closed to the public in order to allow access for members of the Chase family. Citizens will see City of Roswell water maintenance and transmission crews out and about locating water lines that contain lead so they can be replaced with non-lead lines. The project is being done to meet a mandate from the U.S. government about the elimination of water lines that contain lead. Roswell's drinking water is lead-free after being tested and treated, as it's pumped from the ground and sent into the transmission system of water lines to bring it to homes and businesses. However, the water can absorb small amounts of lead on its way to customers if it passes through pipelines that contain lead. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
If you're into conspiracy theories or know someone who is, here's a short list of internet rumors triggered by Wednesday's National Emergency Alert Test. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by Simply Safe. Save 20% on a new security system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafekim.com. Believe it or not, the 5G silliness is still here. From QAnon, the emergency alert turns were supposed to have triggered a rare but deadly virus in everyone who got the COVID vaccine. The virus would immediately turn them into zombies. And if that wasn't silly enough, another conspiracy urged everyone to turn their phones off during the test because merely hearing the unique dual alert tones would unleash harmful compounds in their bodies, especially graphene oxide, which would, wait for it, turn them into zombies. Honestly, you conspiracy people need to get more original. Enough with the zombies already. Get tech smart and join over 600,000 people who do with my free newsletter. Sign up at getkim.com. Privacy isn't a luxury or a privilege. It's a human right. But some companies will happily violate your privacy to turn a profit by selling your personal information to anyone who's willing to pay. This is one of the ways spammers and scammers get your contact and other info. Search for yourself online, and you'll likely find data brokers selling your data. Just about anyone can pay for a cheap trial membership and see a full report on you. Stalkers, identity thieves, and hackers already know this, as do advertisers. That's why you need to stop robocallers and spammers before they can add you to their spam lists. And Incogni can help by removing your personal information from dozens of commercial databases. Right now, Incogni has a special offer just for Commando listeners. Start your personal data removal journey today and get 55% off at Incogni.com with code KIM55. That's Incogni.com, code KIM55 for 55% off. Incogni.com, code KIM55.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Let's start off with the football score from last night. NMMI moves to 6-2 on the season, 2-0 in district. The Colts hammer Ruidoso 55-14. Alex Sanchez Jr. 78 yards rushing. Fidel Muke, a sophomore, had 5 tackles to lead the team there. Also tonight you've got plenty of football action going on. Dexter at 5-1 hosting Hope, which is 2-5 overall. Hagerman, if they play, will be taking on Eunice tonight at 7 o'clock. Hagerman forfeited last week's game. Gateway Christian 6-man football taking on Hondo at home. The Warriors are 6-0. Score from yesterday in girls soccer. It's for the top of the district between Goddard and Artesia won that one at home over the Rockets 2-0. The Rockets are 1-1 in district. The sports report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
Today we're going to give you the 5th key to a great marriage, taken from Drs. Les and Leslie Perot. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage. The 5th key is commitment, living the love you promised.
Galatians 6:9 says, "And let us not get tired of doing what is right, for after a while we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't get discouraged and give up." You know, one of the keys to commitment is just deciding in your heart, I'm never giving up on God, I'm never giving up on my marriage, I'm never giving up on my family.
Commitment is a promise made and kept by 2 imperfect people. It's good for our kids to see that problems happen and we're committed to solving them together.
If you want all 5 keys to a great marriage, you can go to our website at jomconference.com.
Time for the 2023 Eastern New Mexico State Fair, October 2nd through the 7th. And that means a week of great entertainment for the whole family. It all kicks off on Fair Day Monday with Anthony the Piano Man. Tuesday is DJ Day with music all day long. Wednesday at 7, don't miss Austin Van.
Driving me out of your mind.
Thursday night, catch Brian Mars at 5.
I'm having fun this tequila summer.
The I-10 Band at 7 and Selena Forever at 9.
I'll be dreaming of you tonight.
Friday night, it's JD Cox at 5. The Memphis Band at 7.
Right on the Memphis train.
And the Garth Guy Show at 9.
On the road.
Then on Saturday, Anthony the Piano Man kicks off the afternoon at 2 p.m. Then Tejano Night with Conjunto Ruin Señor at 5. El Clan Lagunero at 7. And La Zona X at 9. Best of all, it's all free with your admission to the fair. More info at enmsf.com. The Eastern New Mexico State Fair, October 2nd through the 7th. 101's gonna be a lot of fun. Ad paid for by Roswell Lodgers Tax.
A night of music that'll bring you joy.
Compassion presents We Are Messengers Where the Joy Is tour with special guest Cochran and Company and Ben Fuller. Sunday, October 15th in Carlsbad at Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center. We Are Messengers Where the Joy Is tour with Cochran and Company and Ben Fuller. Tickets are available now at wearemessengersmusic.com.
No static at all. Your new home for talk radio is KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Last month's robust hiring numbers caught Wall Street off guard, causing stocks to tumble. Correspondent Jeremy House says employers hired 336,000 people.
The Labor Department reports show that hiring last month jumped from a 227,000 increase in August, which was revised sharply higher. Last month's unexpectedly strong gain suggests many companies remain confident enough to keep hiring despite high interest rates and a hazy outlook for the economy. The economy has now added an average of 266,000 jobs a month in the past 3 months.
The red-hot employment report raising fears on Wall Street of more interest rate hikes as the Fed continues struggling to cool inflation by slowing the economy. The Biden administration argues it's bound by law to resume construction of a short section of border wall in South Texas. Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas insisting the administration policy on a border barrier has not changed, despite President Biden's campaign pledge that not another foot of wall would be built. Vivek Ramaswamy's presidential campaign says protesters upset about his opposition to more aid for Ukraine purposely rammed his car in Iowa. The campaign's Tricia McLaughlin says she saw the whole thing and heard the expletives being shouted at her boss.
I have a video actually of them flicking us off as they were leaving, standing next to them as they were with and next to the other protesters, which we also have video of.
But police say there's no evidence to support the claim that the crash was intentional. The Biden administration planning to resume deporting some Venezuelans entering the U.S. illegally. And on Wall Street this morning, stocks are deep in the red. The Dow is down 165 points. The NASDAQ Composite Index off 90 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Terror in war-torn Syria as explosive drones take a deadly toll at a graduation ceremony for military officers.
The city health director for Homs Syria says more than 6 civilian and military personnel were killed and 3 times as many injured in one of the deadliest attacks on the Syrian army in recent years. Multiple hospitals were receiving patients. Syria's military blamed insurgents for the drones laden with explosives that targeted military graduates and their families at the end of a crowded ceremony. This young man's brother was graduating. He says they were taking pictures when he felt fire in his face and everything was ripped apart. Following the attack, government forces shelled villages in the rebel-held northwest. The Syrian government announced a 3-day state of mourning starting on Friday. I'm Jennifer King.
The Speaker of the Russian Parliament says lawmakers will consider revoking ratification of a global nuclear test ban. The United States never did ratify that treaty. News and analysis, townhall.com. With artificial intelligence coming on strong, social media executives being given a deadline for explaining how they will combat false narratives on their platforms.
That technology has raised concerns leading into the 2024 presidential election. Google was the first big tech company to say it would impose new labels on deceptive AI-generated political ads, which can fake a candidate's voice or actions. Now, Senator Amy Klobuchar and Representative Yvette Clarke have sent a letter to the CEOs of Meta and X asking for their response on how they plan to handle AI deception. They've asked for a response by October 27th. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Fearsome Chicago Bears middle linebacker Dick Butkus has died. He was 80 years old. And citing his family, the team says that Butkus died in his sleep at his home in Malibu, California. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday.
Yes.
Finally Friday. McDonald's Friday.
So happy.
Here.
And by the way, let me just take a quick opportunity to say thank you, Mike, for giving me a Saturday off. Mike Winter's going to be broadcasting live from the Eastern New Mexico State Fair tomorrow evening.
Yeah, I'll do the final.
Yeah, it's fine. For Tejano Night, that's going to be happening tomorrow night as we wrap up the 101st Eastern New Mexico State Fair.
Yeah, and if you haven't, go see our Boston the Train, the model train area. That it's in the education building.
Mm-hmm.
That's that building most people seem to forget about when they go to the fair for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was talking to Claudia, our sister station, 106.1 Fierro's Spanish speaker, and she had never even been into the train building. She'd never even seen it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people like that. It's weird. I don't know why they missed that building.
There's so much to do with the fair, you just kind of forget some of the ancillary stuff, which is why we're out there to remind you, hey, the education building's there.
That's right.
The poultry barn is there to go check out the chickens, the ducks.
Yeah.
Go find out who won blue ribbons and
go see
who got
all
the best
that
pie.
stuff. Yeah.
The commercial building, of course, you can sign up. If you go to the commercial building, on the very first row, the one that's the furthest west in the commercial building, there's a booth that's giving you the opportunity to win not a gun, but 12 guns.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like win up to 12 guns. I'm like,
wow.
Just a bandolier of them? Feels a bit excessive, but all right.
What's the line? I think it's Unforgiven. The one-armed guy. He says something like, dang, Skinny, you only got one arm. Why you got 4 guns? I ain't going down for lack of shooting.
I think I've mentioned this before, but some of my favorite gunplay in a movie ever. You ever seen The Ballad of Buster Scruggs?
I've not. I want to sit down one day and do it. I just haven't done it.
It's incredibly entertaining.
Yeah.
Number one, because most of the time, Buster, he'll like turn to camera and break the fourth wall. And,
Yeah,
like,
and I've seen scenes from the movie, but I haven't sat down and watched the movie.
It's really,
it does
really
look good. I just haven't sat down and done it.
It's the first time I've ever like sought out and watched a movie based on shorts from TikTok. Like just some of the clips that they would post up from that movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to see this movie now.
Well, and there's another movie I've been meaning to see right now that I can watch for free that I just haven't yet. And part of it's because my wife doesn't want to see it. And then when I get a moment, I'm like, I want to watch something else. The Ninja Turtles movie is now on Paramount Plus.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's been there for a couple of weeks. I just haven't sat down and watched it yet. And I kind of want to.
That's good to know because we're planning a movie night next week for the kids.
Yeah, it's on there. And it's and that one, and they keep telling me it's good for all ages and all that. And it's got like Seth Rogen and Ice Cube and all kinds of people voicing stuff. So I figured, why not? I'll give it a try.
Of all of the iterations of the Ninja Turtles that I've seen over the years, since the cartoon from the 80s and 90s, this is probably my favorite because like 2 or 3 years ago when they did that like weird like live action, they didn't look like turtles. It was so off-putting.
Well, even the 90s one was a little creepy. The one with
oh, you're talking about the live act, like the costumes?
One that had Corey
Feldman.
Feldman is one of the Ninja Turtles, and that one
when they were in the costume. Yeah, that was off-putting too, and that was during my childhood, back when they didn't really have the CGI to pull off what they can now.
Yeah,
but if you harken back to like the cartoon, when I was a kid, this might actually trigger people out there who were my age. When I was a kid, Burger King did a promotion where if you bought a kids meal, you could for like $1 extra get a VHS tape of 2 episodes of the Ninja Turtles.
Nice.
And I loved it. I watched that tape over and over and over again.
Those
same 2 episodes. Yeah.
Those 2 episodes.
Those are still to this day my favorite 2 episodes.
They'd have to be. You've seen them 1,000 times.
If I go back and if one of those episodes is on, I see like a scene from it, I get that weird sense memory thing.
Should have gone back and got another tape for like 2 more episodes.
we were cheap family. That was my kids' meal for the week.
Right.
But yeah, no, that iteration of the Ninja Turtles is sort of the one that set the bar. Yeah. As far as like the animation style, the crispness and cleanness of the whole thing.
Although I did enjoy the old like Saturday cartoon, 30-minute cartoon with that was like the original.
Yeah.
Like the kind of went from the comic books or whatever because it was 80s when Ninja Turtles kind of blew up.
I want to say 88.
Yeah.
Per take.
When it kind of blew up into a thing.
And then what was really funny is whoever made the toy, I don't know if it was Tyco or whoever made the Ninja Turtles toys, they went a little crazy in the 90s.
Yeah.
They were putting out the Ninja Turtles in like baseball uniforms and like any iteration of like a thing you could find. They had
the same people that did the He-Man toys did the
Kenner.
Was that Kenner?
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Who also did the original Star Wars toys too, which is a fun story in and of itself. Which I'm not going to tell today because I've told it 3 times.
Matter of fact, the documentary Toys That Made Us, I believe, did an episode on the Ninja Turtles.
I think you're right. Now that you said
where they kind of talk about how just they went off the rails with all the different designs.
Yeah, the one on the Star Wars toys is very interesting. If you ever watch that, that's a good one too. But even like the Star Wars Vice thing that was good. They kind of talk into the toy stuff too, and the marketing side. It was pretty good. It wasn't just the movies. So anyway, all good stuff.
Playmates turns out was the manufacturer of Turtles action figures actually since 1988.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, they kind of did have that look of the He-Man character. Like the toys, they looked like they were kind of in the same mold. But anyway, let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a bit. Then we're going to replay our interview. Kathy Lay joined us, community outreach volunteer coordinator, Keep Roswell Beautiful. That's her department. So we talked about the art STEAM fair that's coming up here on the 14th. We talk about citywide cleanup event. We talk about the youth volunteer earn some cash for a youth group thing that is now back in place. They did last year. So we'll play that interview, give you all that here with Kathy in just a bit. She's collecting bottles.
Yep.
So all that good stuff.
Dang, dude, all this made me want to get Ninja Turtles action figures again. I forgot how cool they were.
Guess he's going to be watching Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's right.
So.
And tap into some childhood.
That's right. Or at least eat pizza.
What's great about being a father is you can do that and not get like judged by people.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just enjoying some quality time with my kids.
Yeah.
When my daughter was 4 years old, I got her into Lamb Chop's Play Along. which was one of my favorite shows when I was a kid.
So
it was real nostalgia.
Your own nostalgia
Mm-hmm.
little trip there. So, yeah, well, good. Yeah, I can't get away with that.
You can. You just got to face the ire of the
I'm
people.
the El Creepo.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why I don't.
Okay, here's what you got to do. Find yourself a little kid or a guy with one of those pituitary diseases and go hang out with him at the movies.
Webster.
Yeah, Andy. What's Andy Milonakis doing these days? Come on, you can hire him. I'm sure you can afford him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sadly, Webster is no longer with
Every
us.
time I put a thing on Craigslist for "Can
that's
I borrow
right.
your kids for a movie?" they don't tend to seem to jump out to respond.
I shouldn't wish or will death on somebody. I'm gonna make sure Emmanuel Lewis is still with us.
I don't think he is.
Well,
I don't know.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, is
he?
Okay, he's still around.
All right, good for him. I'm
Still
glad.
with us.
I'm glad. It makes me happy. I just kind of assumed that his health caught up with him.
God, he looks so much like the kid from Modern Family.
That's him recently.
That's him pretty recently. Yeah,
he's kind of the same.
He's exactly the same. It's just he's getting crow's feet.
Yeah, but
which
he's getting crow's. That's the only
It's
difference.
very off-putting to
Slightly-
see crow's feet on a kid.
Yeah, it's like a 7-year-old with a face of a 40-year-old. That's a little weird.
Yeah.
Oh man.
People also search for Alex Karras, Susan Clark, and Gary Coleman. Yeah, no doubt.
Was Dick Butkus in Webster?
Or
was that a different?
No,
dad?
Frank Karras.
That's who it was.
Yeah.
He kind of looked like Dick Butkus.
He did. He actually. It's that 80s schlubby mustache. Look.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The George Wendt, for lack of a better term.
There you go. There you go.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. That would be more the. Oh, dang it. What was the man's name?
Cliff Clavin.
Cliff Clavin. Yeah, it's more of the Cliff Clavin.
Ratzenberger.
John
I
Ratzenberger.
was trying to remember his name. I wonder if like at post office, probably not anymore, but I'm betting like 30 years ago, each post office had their own Cliff Clavin. Like I feel like like everyone designated their own Cliff Clavin in the office, like at every post office. Not now because it's too far gone, but back when the heyday of Cheers, I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's probably there's that guy in every one of those post offices that just kind of fits that bill.
Yeah. You ever seen the movie? Speaking of post office people, the movie it starred Greg Kinnear and the sister from Roseanne and the grandma from Big Bang Theory. What's her name? Is the one where the people were sending letters to God. Dear God.
Oh, I vaguely Letters to Heaven, maybe
something. It was a comedy. Tim Conway was in it. He kind of plays a Cliff Clavin role as a postal worker. Tim Conway.
No.
It's something like Dear God or Dear God. Or,
well, Dear God was the George Burns.
That was Oh God.
Oh, it was Oh God. You're right. George Burns, John Denver vehicle.
Yeah, that was Oh God and Oh God Part 2. I think.
Oh God, You Devil, and then Oh God, Part 2.
Yeah. I want to say Dear God.
Greg Kinnear, you said?
Yeah, Greg Kinnear, Tim Conway, and the sister, I can't remember. I don't know her name.
Dear God, you're right. 1996 American comedy film, starring directed by Gary Marshall and starring Greg Kinnear and Laurie Metcalf. Yeah,
Laurie Metcalf.
Yeah.
That's the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so 1996. That's an obscure grab you just pulled off.
Well, I just remember seeing the movie, and when it just reminded me because of the Tim Conway character is kind of like Cliff Clavin, but in a Tim Conway kind of way. If that makes sense. He kind of plays that aloof.
I remember the cover now. Yeah, looking at the cover, I very much remember the cover because it's Greg Kinnear with like angel wings, essentially.
Yes.
I very much remember seeing that cover in like bargain bins and stuff.
It went right to the $5 bin pretty quick. But I remember seeing it on HBO
If you spend enough time in line at a truck stop, you've probably seen the cover of that movie.
It was just one of those movies back when you had HBO and you didn't have HBO 7. There was just one HBO. And that movie was on like every 3 hours on HBO for a minute, so you tended to see it. So. All right, it's 8:18. I probably should get an interview going and all that. We've been spending all our time fondling memories of Greg Kinnear. All right, it is 8:18. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty nice conditions for the upcoming weekend. We have high pressure rolling in from the Intermountain States and covering the southwest. 80 for the afternoon high today. Lots of sun. Wind should be light. Maybe a few clouds overnight and our low dropping into the mid-50s. And then Saturday we will be a little bit cooler. Afternoon highs staying in the mid-70s and sunny. Back to the low 80s and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 61 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 75%. Winds are calm at the moment. Sunny and 82 today. Beautiful day. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy. Overnight low of 52 degrees. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow, our high is mid-70s. So great. Sunny, 75 for a high tomorrow. East winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, clear. Overnight low of 51 degrees. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny, high of 84, so warming back up there. And then Monday, Columbus Day, when you head back to it, 87 and sunny. Looks like we'll be in the upper 80s for the first half of the week. About Thursday, dropping back down to low 80s. All right, it is 8:19. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and then we'll play our interview with Kathy Lay. With Keep Roswell Beautiful. That's up next. Don't go away.
If you or someone you love is dealing with addiction, it's time to stop suffering and start Celebrating Recovery. Celebrate Recovery is a program designed to guide you step by step through the process of breaking free from your hurts, habits, and hang-ups and find hope and strength in recovery. A new cycle of step studies begins Monday, October 9th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Grace Community Church, 935 West Mescalero Road in Roswell. If you want more information, call 575-623-5438 or come by Celebrate Recovery at Grace Community Church, 935 West Mescalero Road, every Friday night beginning at 5.
Get your summer grilling on with delicious homegrown beef from Runyon Cattle Beef. Get top choice grade A meat in whole, halves, or quarters delivered to your home freezer and experience the difference between store-bought and 100% locally grown Runyon Cattle Beef. Need seasoning? No problem. Runyon Cattle Beef's very own red meat seasoning and cactus salt are included with all beef orders. For pricing, orders, or more information, call Lisa Runyon at 575-760-5655 today.
Fall time is almost here, and the holidays will be here before you know it. The Calico Cow invites you to move on into the cow and check out the new holiday fabrics arriving daily and take advantage of a huge sale on Brothers sewing machines now through the end of the year. Get free lessons, maintenance, and a first-year cleaning included. Fall into savings at the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, now at their new location, 200 East College in Roswell. Want to know how? Come see the cow.
Listen up, golfers. Pecos Valley Production presents the first annual Dairy to Dank Golf Tournament, Saturday, October 14th at the Spring River Golf Course. This 3-person scramble begins at 11 a.m. with a shotgun start at noon. It's only $450 per team, including food, drinks, and beer. A portion of the proceeds to benefit the Anita Salas Memorial Fund, supporting breast cancer awareness. Sponsorships are available. Contact Maria Sosa at 575-914-2732 for more information and to get signed up. The first annual Dairy to Dank Golf Tournament, Saturday, October 14th at the Spring River Golf Course in Roswell. Sponsored by Pecos Valley Production, hitting the green since 2016. If you thought it was cooling off, think again. The deals are just heating up at Roswell Ford. Get savings across the lot on a great selection of new F-150s, Super Duty Ford trucks, Broncos, and Raptors. Get 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% on select vehicles now through October 31st. The aggressive lenders at Roswell Ford will take any trade, any condition, even if you owe thousands more than your car's value, and they'll work hard to get you approved. The deals are just heating up at Roswell Ford, the home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell. It's time for the Eastern New Mexico State Fair, October 2nd through the 7th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds in Roswell. Join KSVPTV.com for wall-to-wall coverage of the livestock events at this year's fair, from meat goats to dairy heifers and everything in between. KSVPTV.com is your home for livestock shows and sale coverage at this year's Eastern New Mexico State Fair. For a complete listing and schedule of the shows, log on to enmsf.com. And for live and on-demand coverage of the livestock shows and sale, head for KSVPTV.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Due to extreme pressure and weather conditions, it literally rains diamonds on Neptune and Uranus. Stop snickering because I said Uranus. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, I think your official title is volunteer and
volunteer and
coordinator
outreach coordinator. That's
for the city of
absolutely
Roswell.
That's it. That's right.
But Kathy Lay's back with us.
Yes.
Good morning. How are you?
Good
today?
morning. I'm good. Thank you.
She kind of keeps her. She wears one title but many hats with.
Now
title.
that's the truth. I do a lot of different. It's really fun though because you kind of get to pivot and do all different kinds of things.
Every day
and
is
so that's
different
fun.
for you, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, either planning events and getting. Well, that's the thing when you work with the community. That changes because the community's needs change.
It does.
Community events change with the community. So one minute you're talking about cleaning up stuff, the next minute you're talking about another thing. It's
right.
just that's the
recruiting
nature of
volunteers
community.
and working with people that want to donate things to for some project or something and tracking all that information and grant reporting and grant writing and
that's
all
the
kinds of
unfun
things.
part, but the necessary part.
Yeah.
But it gets you to the fun part.
It does. It gets money to our community so we can do really good things here.
Absolutely.
And I get to do all kinds of fun stuff with the funds that we bring in. So.
Well, it's kind of like you look at the ongoing bench project that the private entity and everybody city, everyone's kind of gotten embraced.
Right, that's
the
really one
kind
with
of
the
projects
caps.
we're talking about that come out of stuff
over
like this.
53 benches. I think that the last time I got a count from the group that's doing that because it's kind of like you say it's a combined group.
Yeah,
I know that the lady that is at Southwest Printers is kind of heading it up, Bianca Cheney. But they have a lot of schools that are involved. Main Street Roswell's involved. The community in general.
The privates
is
really picked the ball up and run with that, which is a good thing.
And a lot of different ones have sponsored it. Individuals have sponsored it as memorial benches and things. All kinds of stuff.
But it makes so much sense because you're cleaning up by getting rid of all these bottle caps and things like that, and you're seeing a tangible product come back.
Correct. Something that's being used regularly. Yeah. You see people using them downtown, and because the benches are there, people hang around a little longer. And they tend to do more shopping. So it actually has an economic impact.
And they're better benches than what was there before because they're more resistant to all the elements and the graffiti and all the things that happen to them.
And they recycle stuff.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm doing this next weekend.
And I guess in theory, when their benches are done, they can melt them down and make new ones.
Yes.
You know,
and the thing is if they get like scratches or graffiti or something, they can be
sand them off
and they're solid all the way through, the same color and the same material.
So if they start whittling down to like a bench this big, it's about time to replace it.
Have little wear marks in the bottoms where people sit, like the Grand Canyon.
The butt room's now a hole.
That's for sure.
But it's projects like that really
that are good.
And so some of the things we're going to talk about here over the next couple
there's
months,
some things we can do recycling about. Yeah. And that's one of the things I will ask about is bottles. Like see this one on the bottom and stuff. This little thing.
Got the little numbers.
It's got the little design on the bottom. We're going to use I'm going to be doing Keep Roswell Beautiful is going to have a recycled art kind of like craft area during the Science and Art Festival. The Science and Art Festival is coming up. You guys may have seen the information about it.
Yes.
It's coming up October the 14th.
A very sciencey day.
It's going to be a very cool one because they usually bring in like the Roswell Museum and Excel Energy kind of partner together to do it. They usually bring in like a guest scientist or guest somebody to do fun stuff. This year, the guest or the big impressive event is the solar eclipse.
Yes.
Roswell
which is on the 14th.
Prime,
also.
14th. Roswell is prime for viewing what they call the Ring of Fire, where the moon moves in front of the sun during the day, and you can see like the round ring. Don't look at it with your eyes; it can burn
they got
the
the
retinas.
special glasses that you got to get.
Correct. And then also they will be giving out those glasses at the event.
Good.
There are going to be NASA scientists there,
so they can explain what you're seeing,
answer questions, and talk about what's happening. The eclipse begins a little after 9. It peaks. I've got the exact times for that.
And that is a Saturday, too. So
it's a Saturday.
Most of us are off work that day.
Yes.
So,
And the event is free to go to.
Good deal.
And there's a whole bunch of stuff. The event is from 10 to 4 p.m. at the Roswell Convention Center.
Okay.
The Science and Art Festival. The actual eclipse begins at 9:15. Is when you just begin to see the sun over it.
That's the beginning of it.
The sun will be the very center. The moon will be at 10:41.
Okay.
And then it will end at 12:15. So it actually begins like it's a 3-hour kind of thing.
But the darkest will be about 10:41.
The darkest, the actual center will be at 10:41.
The fullest eclipse moment.
The fullest eclipse moment when you should be able to see that Ring of Fire. And Keep Roswell Beautiful is going to have an area at the event where we're doing all kinds of recycled things with stuff. Like, for example, water bottles. I've got some cute, you guys bring empty water bottles, and I'll have some there that they can make really cute LED light holders, Tide Pod container. You can make a little jack-o'-lantern.
How handy is
a
that?
Milk jug. You can make this like a little lotus candle holder.
And as soon as we get through Halloween here, you can turn those into Christmas and
actually,
Thanksgiving.
There's
and all
some
those too.
Christmas ones as well, and I'll have the supplies to do this with. I don't know if you guys can see those.
Yeah, those are
but
cool.
they're really pretty. The bottom,
Is that the bottom?
The bottom of this
idea.
lid. It looks like a little star
snowflakes.
already, a little snowflake, and they can paint little snowflakes on the bottom and then use them for all different colors of bottles.
Yeah.
So bring empty plastic bottles, and I will have paint pens, hole punches, scissors. They can make all kinds of fun holiday decor.
And how fun is that as a family? You get the kids and the mom and dad doing it.
We will also have cereal boxes and aluminum foil. You can make an eclipse viewer.
Okay, so if you don't have the glasses, we can make you.
You can make those. They will give you the glasses.
Do-it-yourself version.
They'll give you the glasses, but you can make one just for fun. Yeah. And it's like that you'll see inside. You can see the light shining through that little pinhole.
Okay.
And it shows the eclipse as it's happening. The other thing we will have is also I will have 10 cans. The 10 cans, you can punch a hole in the bottom, and then you hold it out, and you can actually see the eclipse happen.
Through the shadow, yeah.
Through the shadow.
That's
and
fun.
after the event, you can bring the tin can back to my little table, and you can punch holes and make little lights, candle
All right,
lights.
turn them into
Turn them into little LEDs. And I have LED candles that I will give you. I have glue, hot glue. I have Sharpie markers. I have scissors. I have all kinds of craft supply items.
Okay.
You can make the cereal boxes can also be made into a maze.
Okay.
Like gluing a little maze pattern and having marbles and rolling around.
That's cool.
So I'll have all kinds of things you can make out of this. So you can do eclipse viewers, come back, make another little candle craft. I have the stuff to do.
And what I love about this is kids. This is what we did when we were kids. Like we didn't
fun.
Like we had toys and things.
But making
because
your
we didn't have internet and video games as prevalent as you guys do. A lot of our time is we created things with things. Like when I was a kid, I don't know how many times like cardboard boxes.
Yes.
You create a whole world with that.
I
stuff.
did a robot, all kinds of stuff. And they also have on this. It's really cool because they're going to also have other areas. They have like STEM activities, STEM experiences. Science Museum will bring demonstrations and displays. They'll have an outdoor wonder garden, a magic fort building, giant bubbles. There's a room dedicated to play and learn construction called Buildopolis. There's a drone obstacle course. There will be Tinker Tots for little toddler activities to do. They're going to have the Eastern New Mexico University Roswell STEM Lab will be presenting star shows in an inflatable planetarium.
Oh, cool.
The planetarium next door will also be doing a new full dome show titled Tales of the Time Traveler.
So
There's
new show there
all
to check out.
Kinds
too.
of stuff.
Cool.
It's free. So there's all kinds of things to do that day. In addition to come by Keep Roswell Beautiful, you can make some really cool, fun stuff there, and it'll help get show you how to recycle things.
It's a
and
real STEAM
repurpose
event.
things.
It really is.
Absolutely. And so bring your water bottles also, so people will know I'm collecting. If you have, please bring them to the Roswell Visitor Center by October the 12th.
Okay.
Empty water bottles.
Okay.
Take the lid off so they can dry.
Gotcha.
I mean, you can chunk the lid in there. I'll take the lid because we'll use them to recycle benches.
Those make benches, yes.
Yeah. I will get them to the recycle bench program. So, but take the lid off so it can dry out inside.
Yeah.
But empty water bottles, also Tide Pod containers. Those will be helpful.
Those big screw top.
These orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
not
ones
the
that
plastic
are
that the pod is in.
Yeah,
but
the pods.
The container that you buy
containers,
the pods in. Yes,
that
there you go.
big orange thing.
And if you get Tide ones, they're already orange. So if you're doing your pumpkin, they're
all you
got
to do is we got markers and cardboard and stuff they can color in, or they can actually do paint markers right on the container as well.
Perfect.
Or you can tape them on and cut them out.
Now, if you want to buy all or whoever's blue or white, you can make your own.
If you have little round containers
or
like
green
that,
or whatever it is.
Yes. I
have fun
also
with it.
need milk jugs or water jugs, those gallon ones. That's what they cut these leaves out of.
That's what those
and
are
they
made
make
out of.
those.
Okay.
Yeah, they cut those petals out of the plastic.
Okay.
And then hot glue them together to make a flower that you can put the little tea light in. I have the tea lights.
Okay.
I have the hot glue. So if you can get us some, you can bring them with you, or you can drop them off. These we use paper shreds, and there's an empty water bottle, and you cut the top off, and you can color the shreds whatever color you want. White. You can just put the little face on it, and then we put a tea light inside. Again, I have the little LED lights that you can use to put in there and take them with you.
Yeah.
So water bottles, Tide Pod containers, milk jugs.
Okay.
Or water, those gallon water jugs.
Well, if you get the green ones and you make Frankenstein.
You can. You can do a green one. You can do like a Sprite or like a green bottle and then put your little shreds in it.
If you got a blue one, I think you go Uncle Fester.
Oh, that would be
because he kind of has
Wouldn't
a
that be
pale
fun?
cut.
Yeah, he's kind of
Yeah, and you can put a light bulb in it.
But those are going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Last year it was so cute. The pictures, everybody, all ages stopped by and made this. The Roswell High School Key Clubs they man it with the volunteers for me. They're going to be there again this year, but it was so cute because all the Roswell High School were there. And then I saw these adults that had their little kids making stuff, and they literally were taking shredded paper, because I have shredded paper, coloring every little strip of paper because they wanted all their paper to be the same color. And they were shoving one after another. I was like, they literally colored every shred of paper in their little thing. It was hilarious.
I love that.
And it was real fun. We had a really good time.
Well, that's what this is about. It's just as much you take and create and take things that were destined for the scrap heap to turn them in. But at the same time, it gives kids a chance to be creative.
Absolutely.
To give them some things and say, make this your world and do what you want with it.
And then they take that idea home.
Yeah.
And the teachers also, I had teachers stop by and go, oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that with my students.
Yeah.
So teachers come out and get inspired. I've got the patterns. The kids were inspired to go home. Parents can be inspired to go home. And you can see how much time the kids can spend and enjoy making that, and they get so absorbed in doing it.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff is really good for neural development. I mean, it's the technology is a great tool.
Absolutely.
But you also need that kind of hands-on, interactive, creative thinking to make those kinds of things to develop other parts of our brain. So
Absolutely.
It's really good.
Well, and it gives them those tendencies that you look for in their personalities and things like, if you have a child that really is attention detail oriented, they're probably going to take this a little differently than a child that isn't. And that's the beauty of it. They can. And that's what art is all about. If they want to color every single little strip, then they can. If they don't, then they don't have to.
Then they don't have to. Some literally took the white paper, shoved it in, drew a ghost face, stuck their candle, they were done. 5 minutes flat. Others spent all this time making this really detailed thing, and they both had fun.
Sure.
So I love it. It's a fun thing. So that's the 14th.
But that's the beauty of art. Is you could sit there and take an empty milk jug. One person sees an empty milk jug. Someone else is like, I can make flower petals out of that.
Exactly, and I can make a candle holder, and it looks really classy.
Yeah, and
it really does.
And we all are impressed by it.
Yes.
Every time we all see stuff like that, and every one of us are like, what a great idea! How ingenuity! What's some ingenuity there?
Absolutely.
And we all kind of wish or coveted that we had those skills.
Yes.
And guess what? I think we do. You just got to train your brain to think that way.
Yeah, and take a minute to get everything out and do it. So we have everything out. You can get some recycle and repurpose some things to keep them out of the landfill, keep them from becoming litter and trash, and have a fun time doing it.
And then really establishing what may be your child's passion or dream next.
Yes.
You never know.
Or even just a hobby. I started a watercolor journal. I decided I'd like to paint, do things, but I decided to do a watercolor journal that I'd seen somebody else do. I'd never tried watercolor before. And it's so fun just taking every weekend a couple of hours and doing a watercolor painting. These kinds of crafts can be something that they figure out how to do something or enjoy doing something. And you're right. It can become that expressive part of themselves that gives them that refreshing rest.
Sure.
Even if it doesn't become a lifelong passion or work experience,
it's an outlet
it can help them as an outlet to bring, just to bring, rejuvenation, energy, and strength from that.
And I would even throw in the kids at heart too, our older folks.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody, all different ages, were out there coloring. Parents, while their kids started doing it, they were at the table making stuff too.
Sure.
And I love
it. Gets
that.
the bug too, because maybe now they start doing projects,
with their
grandpa
kids
and child or mom and child or whatever.
It's fun.
They do that little project. The next thing they know, they have, because think about, like, especially grandparents, like all of us. Most of us, we think of our grandparents, you think of that. Remember the time that our grandparents took us here and did that one thing?
You're absolutely right.
We always have those memories.
Doing those activities with your grandparents can be a really bonding, and we create, sometimes the strongest memories are our childhood memories.
Yeah.
They really, really are.
You're right.
You always remember those with nostalgia and fondness and, when I was a kid, blah, blah, blah. those memories get so embedded in our mind and shape who we are. So those kinds of things that you can figure out, maybe if your grandma or grandpa come to the event, find some fun things to do, and then go home and do them with your grandkids when they come to visit.
Not to mention to be good for your own set of skills.
Yourself.
And it's like you hear like the commercials for, I think it's like Luminosity or something, where you play little brain games.
Yes.
This is no different. By you working with your hands and
absolutely,
it keeps. It's like going to the gym and working out.
It stimulates your brain.
It's utilizing these skills, keeping those motor skills. Folks that deal with things like dementia and those types of issues, this is the type of stuff that they recommend to kind of prolong some of those symptoms. I agree. So this could be just as health beneficial to you as it is beneficial to your children.
That is absolutely right.
Yeah.
So that's my first event. That's October the 14th.
Yes.
10 to 4 at the Convention Center. If you want more information about it, it is on the city website. If you Google Science and Art Festival Roswell 2023, it'll pull up that page, and it'll take you straight to the city website page with all of the information about it. Also, my Keep Roswell Beautiful Facebook page, it'll say Keep Roswell Clean and Beautiful, because Georgia has, I think, Keep Roswell Beautiful.
So we're not only beautiful, we're clean and beautiful.
There you go. One of them.
Take that, Georgia.
There you go. But I've got some information about it there as well.
Sure.
And I've got pictures of some of the projects we'll be doing. I will be sharing some more of those pictures of some of the stuff you can make. But if you collect water bottles, Tide Pod containers, gallon jugs, bring them to the Roswell Visitor Center at the corner of 5th and Main Street.
The old Conoco building.
Conoco building. Drop them off there, and they'll give them to me. I need them by the 12th, so I will know how much I have on the supplies to make sure I have enough.
So please do that over the next couple of days.
Please drop
this
them
weekend.
over. Start saving water bottles. Yeah. A lot of people use water bottles. I mean, I use a reusable cup typically. I
try two more. I go cup.
Your sweet little staff guy, he gave me a water bottle. I go, I needed that because I wanted to show you the bottom of the thing.
This one will be used for
this one's going to be
educational purposes.
Listen, I have the water bottles that I had from an event that I did where we had a cleanup, and mine have 3 little dividers. This one's perfect. So I'm going to have you guys keep your own water bottles. I need these. These are perfect for a snowflake.
And for pull back the curtain, these are the little 8-ounce bottles of bottled water here. These have to be the Nestle ones. I think they're all the same, though.
But the bottom of the bottle is perfect for a snowflake. So I'm going to use that for probably my master snowflake.
That's a perfect, because it's got that Pentagon-y star shape.
It already has like the little snowflake shape.
Makes you,
I love it.
And it's even, so it's not like lopsided or
Mine
anything.
has 3, so one of my little snowflake petals goes here, and one of my little snowflake petal goes across the solid part, and they only have 6 petals.
To this day, it's still one of my favorite as a kid. Like when I remember in like kindergarten or whatever, they taught us where you take the piece of paper and you fold it into 4s, you make the snowflakes.
Yeah,
to this day, I still love doing that.
Yeah, the little paper cutting. I love it. I
still love doing that to this day.
It's still fun to this day.
It is.
Now I have another event the very next weekend.
All right.
That is on October the 21st, and my next event is, and I've got this information on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
We're doing the fall community cleanup. It's October 21st from 8:30 to 10:30. We're going to be cleaning up the area around Carpenter Park.
All right.
That park is the one if you're going out Main Street and you get to the Albertsons and you have to go right or left. You go left like you're going to the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
And you will see just like right by the police department, right after the police department on the left side of the street, there is a little park there with a splash pad.
Yeah, that's the newest splash pad.
The newest
that's
splash
the second
pad.
one, if you will.
It's before you get to the fairgrounds, and after you make that divide, you'll see it on the same side of the street as the fairgrounds. That is where we're going to give out the supplies for cleanup supplies. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be spreading out. There's a walking trail across the street that has like a little path and a little canal. That field there's another field in the neighborhood.
There's actually a lot of walking paths and stuff around that area
there. There is a lot. And then if you go further to the south, you come to the cemetery and the fairgrounds. That wide shoulder, that whole wide roadway, it gets a lot of litter because the fair is in town and people don't pay attention. Sometimes they throw trash out.
It's a busy week.
It's a busy weekend. And also with the wind that we get, it can blow, or some of the decorations and ornaments can blow over the fence. Usually, though, it's people that are disrespectful and sometimes throw things out of their truck, or things blow out of the back or car, not truck necessarily.
Yeah, you put
blow
those,
out of a truck.
You put those empty soda and beer packages in the back
of the
pickup.
truck,
They will
and
blow
it blows
out. Yeah.
And so that is one of the main entrances coming into Roswell. So we want to target that kind of stretch there and the neighborhood around. We are
and that is a gateway into our community.
It is.
Because everybody coming south is coming through there to visit our community. So it does reflect poorly when that looks like trash.
Absolutely
when
does.
People come
and
through
so
there.
we're going to hit it. I've got trash grabbers, safety vests. I've got gloves. I have got trash bags. I've got all the stuff you need to do a cleanup. And people can come by, and the Roswell Hispano Chamber is partnering with us.
Great.
They usually, every year, they have brought breakfast burritos and coffee. They also, every year, they give us coupons that are good for a free meal.
Oh, nice.
And then Keep Roswell Beautiful will have reusable car trash containers. The New Mexico Department of Transportation District 2 gave to us.
So you get some swag for volunteers.
LED lights from Excel Energy.
Nice.
I'll give you some of those. I also will have a T-shirt. That's the Keep Roswell Beautiful volunteer T-shirt that I'll give you. So we've got swag and
Collect
thank
the
you.
whole set.
Yeah, there you go. We got a lot of stuff that you get to have as a thank you for doing volunteer work. We'll have a big dumpster roll off there. So you will go out, clean up trash for a couple hours, come back, throw your stuff in.
Now do you want them to kind of pick their own area around there, or are you going to have
they can
designated?
pick an area.
Okay, very good.
I mean, basically, I will kind of give them guidance. I'll say, okay, there's walking trails across the street. The neighborhood is over this way. You can walk around the neighborhood and pick up trash along the neighborhood. The park is really clean. The city parks keeps that park. Well, almost all of our parks. They really do an excellent job keeping the areas
stuff
clean.
outside of the
But
areas.
it's all around. That's where you'll
the
stop
neighborhoods.
to get the cleanup supplies. I'll have a table and a canopy that'll say "Keep Roswell Beautiful."
So if you want to pick up your area and come get the stuff, then come do it. We'd love to have you do
any
it.
public area, you go out and do it. If you want to go further down, you can literally go across the street, do the walking trail, or walk down the street, that whole roadway along there, or drive over to the cemetery area, just a couple blocks further. It's within walking, but you could drive down.
You got a few weeks between now and the 21st. Maybe neighborhoods or coordinate. Say, hey, let's clean up our neighborhood. They're doing the event on the 21st.
Yeah.
Let's get a group of volunteers. We'll all go to Carpenter Park, pick up our supplies, then come back to our neighborhood and clean up our neighborhood.
You can do that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what else, too, though. Honestly, if you want to do a neighborhood cleanup, Keep Roswell Beautiful has cleanup supplies we will give you for free. Awesome. And not only that, if you want to do a bigger cleanup and you need more stuff than just a trash grabber and bags and stuff, I have now the Clean and Beautiful To Go cart. It is a trailer. It's like a 12 by 8 by whatever. It's a big trailer.
Okay.
And it's full of cleanup supplies that you can borrow all the supplies inside for free. We will drop the trailer off, lock it up, because you don't get to borrow the trailer, just the stuff inside.
Sure.
We'll lock it up, for the wheels and the ball hitch, give you a key, you open it up. Inside there are shovels, rakes, loppers, push brooms, trash bags,
just return it when you're done
trash
with it.
bags. There's everything you might need. Now, there's no power tools.
Okay.
But there's like a bow saw.
Okay.
All kinds of stuff that you can do to clean up an area. And we will bring the trailer to what area you're doing.
Okay.
And then you do the cleanup. We'll come put everything back.
Yeah.
And make
You'll
sure
come back and get it when you're done.
We'll come back and get it when you're done.
And replenish the trash bags or whatever got used.
That's right. It's got. We have big, like those big storage tubs that have trash bags, gloves, safety vests.
Just
all
ask
the
you
stuff
to be
you
good
need.
stewards with the shovels and the pickaxes and the
You
bow
have to
saws
sign a
and all
waiver saying that you will not hold us accountable if you use them in,
But don't you use them improperly or
Hey,
break?
don't use them properly.
I mean,
No, it's funny.
obviously you get things break and stuff, but just remember, you pay taxes for that. Take care of it.
Right. I bought it with grant money.
Oh, so somebody paid taxes.
But we paid, but it was state taxes. It was still taxes because it came from the state. It was still taxes. So anyway, we have the Clean and Beautiful To Go cart, or if you just want trash grabbers, trash bags, things like that, let me know. I can get you as many as you want to borrow, and you come pick them up, go out, use them, and bring them back. They're free all the time. Anytime you want to do a cleanup.
Yeah.
We've got that. We have the other.
No one will stop you from doing good things in this community.
No, you
want
to do a cleanup, we will make it as possible as we can. The other thing is I just got word from my grant last month. we received money to do the youth cleanups again. The Empowering Youth Cleanup Fundraiser
Looking
Program.
for extra cash, these youth groups out there?
Youth groups can earn money with Keep Roswell Beautiful's the Empowering Youth Cleanup Fundraiser. They do a 2-hour cleanup with their group, and the Clean and Beautiful program gave us grant money to pay them $400.
Nice. So for $200, basically $200 for an hour of work. So basically you make it $200 an hour for 2 hours of work. And
your
for
group
your group
goes down and does the cleanup. Now, this is a group. It's not individuals.
Yeah.
It's youth groups only.
So if you're a sports team or a scouts or a church group or a school group, maybe you're like the chess club or the drama club, whatever it is, come on out.
I have had the Key Club. I have had the College Upward Bound or the Circle Kid Club.
And you need to point, this is for youth up to 25.
Up to 25.
So college age kids. So
they can be college age kids too. Church youth groups have done them. Little cheer teams have done them. Traveling sports teams have done them. I have had weightlifting teams do them. Yeah. I have had the German club do them.
Yeah.
I have had all different groups. The basketball groups.
I wonder if they just communicate in German like the whole time they were cleaning up.
I don't know.
It's part of the rule.
What they did is interesting. That was another thing I do. I go into the schools and I do presentations about plastic use. And one of the things the reason they kind of found out about it is like, they found out about the cleanup, and then I went to the German class, and they were doing a comparison study how Germany deals with recycling and trash and litter as compared to what the United States does and what Roswell has available. So they actually were doing that, and that's when they did their little cleanup.
So it tied into the lesson they were kind of going with. So.
Right, and I've gone into schools that like science lessons, science classes, just to like community classes, and I do presentations about plastic use and the impact on the environment and ways that we can do small changes that make a big impact.
Sure.
So if any of the teachers want me to come do that presentation, I do hands-on little role play with the kids, and I give them all swag afterwards. So I love doing that. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I love doing in my job. So cleanup supplies, free cleanup supplies, cleanup trailer, raise money with the youth group, or I'll come do presentations.
So they give you everything but basically the people power to do it. If you got that, we'll get you the rest, basically.
You get the muscle, I'll give you what you need to get it cleaned
up. And for the youth groups here, really $400 for a chance.
That's good fundraiser.
So if you got if you got your youth soccer team or baseball team or your scouts group or your church group or any of these school groups.
Correct.
And, drama club, 4-H, any of that stuff.
I had one class, I believe, I was trying to remember if it was class of 2024 or class of 2025, but their class.
The school, high school class. Student
the
council
high school,
or whatever. Yeah,
the high school class as a group went out and did a cleanup to raise money for a class trip when they graduate.
Love it.
You can do that.
Absolutely.
So it just needs to be the hardest questions are always, who do we make the check payable to? Because the class has to get permission from the school to figure out what name to put on the check so the school can cash it.
Right, so everything's above board.
So it's all above board.
Yeah.
And so, but we've done all different groups. I'm
glad that's back.
It's fun.
So get it while it's still here.
I got enough to do 20, and I've already done one, or actually I've got a second one has done it. Okay. So I still have 18.
So call this week. Don't wait, because if you wait a week or two, we might be out of the opportunity.
I don't know if it's that fast, but listen, I can hook you up. I've had some groups that literally called. They sent me the paperwork. You have to get signed permission from if they're under 18 from a parent or guardian.
Okay.
So I have the forms that you need to fill out. Really simple forms, though. Like the name of the group, when you're going to do the cleanup, the date you're going to do the cleanup, how many bags of trash did you pick up afterwards, take a couple of pictures. It's really simple.
Sure.
But I've had them call me on Monday, get their paperwork in on Tuesday, do the cleanup, and have a check by Friday.
Nice. Someone need to get paid quick.
That's not real common, but it's happened that fast before.
You got an event, you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Guess we better get cracking.
Yeah. So that was like, man, they got on the ball and did it quick. And because they got me everything so fast.
That's great.
And they cut the checks on Friday, we were able to get the invoice in time for them to actually get the check. And it was like,
great.
whoa.
Nice.
That's not normally it's 2 or 3 weeks.
Sure, that's a little. But that
being
being said, if you're a youth group and you need and you could use extra $400.
Yes.
Sign up to volunteer to be to do a little cleanup here and earn $400 for your youth group.
They have to do a public area. They can't go out to Uncle Joe's farm and clean up.
It's got to be public property.
Public
places where the public can go and
Correct.
at any time.
Correct.
So, Uncle Lou's ranch does not
they've
count.
Cleaned up the school campus before. For some of the groups that were younger, they actually went out and did it around
Clean
the
up
campus,
your school.
and they did it during their class
That's
period,
a twofold
and
thing.
they got like a lunch period, class period break. So they had a 2-hour window, and they went out and actually did the cleanup
I love that.
at their school and around the area. So they didn't even have to try to drive somewhere to go do it because it needed it. They got like 9 bags of trash from that area.
Make it a win-win for yourself.
Absolutely.
Clean up your own environments that are public, your own neighborhoods that the public can go to, and your own schools and things. Yep. And you got $400 for doing something you'd done anyway.
The little cheer team, they cleaned up one of the areas where their team actually plays the games and they practice. So, and then it was real cute because the cheerleader team, this is where their team that they cheer for goes out and does practice. So when the boys and the other players got there that were the actual players, and they started to throw trash on the ground, all those little cheer girls went out and said, "No, you picked that up. We worked for 2 hours."
They took ownership of that.
They owned it now.
That's a
and
great
it was
thing.
really great because you're right. Taking ownership of your area is good.
I mean, but that reminds me. What about these youth baseball teams and stuff?
That's right.
Clean up your ballparks and things and get paid to do it.
There you
get
go.
Get a little extra cash to pay for uniforms or whatever cost you need there. Absolutely.
It's a win-win.
Absolutely.
So keep Roswell beautiful. You can message me on Facebook. You can call City Hall and ask for Kathy Lay or Keep Roswell Beautiful. You can
try just the lady on the radio this morning, but they might not quite get that one.
They may not know who it is. But if you just tell them Keep Roswell Beautiful, they know it's me.
They get you to Kathy.
They can get you to me.
Yes.
So you can do that either way. Or we also have a page on the city website.
Yes,
So that's how you can connect with me if you have questions, want to do a fundraiser, want to borrow our trailer, want cleanup supplies, anything like that.
Anything you're trying to impact and make our community better, Kathy Lay will be in 100% support with you on doing
I will do what I can to make it
She does everything she can to make sure whatever city resources are available to you to do that, she is going to move those mountains to make sure that
I
happens.
will do my best.
Yeah, that's what she does.
I love doing that.
If you have a passion to want to make things better, she also does and will help share her passion to help you achieve your passion.
Thank you. I love doing that.
Absolutely.
One of the stories I always heard was wonderful. Somebody talked about I was watching a nature documentary actually about elephants and people that are the poachers. They kill the old elephants because they got the longest tusks.
Right.
What they don't realize is those old elephants are the ones who may have been through a drought that only happens once every 30, 40 years. And they have learned from other old elephants the best place to find water when the drought
they're the leaders
is so severe.
guiding the herd to safer grounds and things.
And they're the ones because the younger elephants have not been through it. They don't know where to go for water.
It's such an interesting balance that
so
cycle.
The old elephants teach the young elephants how to survive. So I want to be an old elephant who helps support the passions of others and helps guide them to whatever if they have a passion for something, and I can help connect them with where they can fulfill that and do something positive.
Absolutely.
Then I want to be like that old elephant that says, "I'll do what I can."
And that's how humanity should be.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want to get real philosophical. I'm gonna.
I know I don't. I get too philosophical, but
that's the whole point. Is as you gain experience in life, that's what makes you better at a human being. Gaining experience, gaining that wisdom.
Right.
And that's the thing that youth can never have as youth. You gain that experience as you go, and at some point you're not young anymore.
Right.
It's just, but that's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
And this is why we say listen to your elders, respect your elders, because odds are 99% sure whatever problems you're going on in your world right now, one of your seniors has walked that exact same path and dealt with the exact same things and might have a little insight on how to help you get through that. And that's how it's supposed to be.
Yes, it is.
And that's and so that's the way it should be.
Yes,
so it's a good
is.
thing.
So I'm happy to do it.
Absolutely.
That's my passion.
That being said, don't forget October 21st, Carpenter Park, 8:30 to 10:30 is check-in time. Bring your groups.
8:30. Yep.
Ready to grab your spot. And
you got
up.
it.
And then don't forget the
Science
Eclipse
and
Day,
Art Festival.
October 14th.
Correct.
Is a Science and Art Fest at the
Convention Center.
Civic Center. Spills over into the museum.
Yes, it does.
And the planetarium and all that stuff there.
Yes, it does.
So that whole complex, really.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. And
two great events coming up this
Absolutely.
month.
And if you have questions, the city's website, city's Facebook page.
Correct.
Roswell Clean and Beautiful
Correct.
on Facebook. You can find information there, too. So.
That's it.
Good deal.
You're
well, thank
great.
you, Kathy.
Thank you, Mike.
Anytime. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
And stay Well, actually, you might have to stay warm this weekend. The high Saturday is 73.
Listen, that is perfect.
I know, I love it. I'm excited. I'm like, we finally got fall.
I'm so tired of 100-degree weather. I'm so glad.
It's only going to be a week, but we finally got fall.
I love it.
Very good. Well, thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
All right, it is.
Your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. C.D. Lamb says timing is critical in Sunday's game against a stingy and aggressive 49ers defense. You'll hear from the Pro Bowl receiver after this.
Whether you're getting ready to purchase a home, setting up a college fund for your kids, or preparing for retirement, you're working hard to live a life you love. And you deserve peace of mind knowing your home, loved ones, and future are protected. At SWBC, we can help you assess your personal situation and create a customized solution to make sure you're prepared for whatever life throws your way. Visit SWBC.com to learn about your mortgage, insurance, and wealth management options today. That's SWBC.com.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Sunday night at the undefeated 49ers, the pass rush led by Nick Bosa will be fierce, so Cowboy receiver C.D. Lamb knows that rush, combined with the aggressive cornerbacks, affects precision timing of pass routes.
Oh, it's fast. Maybe max 3.5 seconds, not 4. So get in your route, get open, create separation, and be in your spot. The defenders understand, their leverage. They understand what they're battling up against, and they think that no O-line can hold up with their D-line. I mean, as you should, So that's for us. We know we got to play through that and get open.
Kickoff is 7:20 Central and pregame at 6 Central Sunday night, so join us right here on this Dallas Cowboy Radio Network station. With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
Coming to the Liberty, Friday, October 6th. Catch Jamie Richards.
Try to find me.
With 12 #1 Texas country hits and records recorded by artists like Cody Jinks, Hal Ketchum, Kevin Fowler, Walt Wilkins, and many more. Get tickets and more info at thelibertyinc.com.
She's cold as that beer she's drinking.
Jamie Richards, Friday, October 6th at the Liberty in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The catfish has over 27,000 taste buds. Do you think they prefer fried or blackened? Here's Mike Winters.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The September jobs report is out this morning, and Wall Street is worried. It's not that hiring has crashed, quite the opposite. The job market remains so strong that Wall Street worries it will prompt the Fed to keep hiking interest rates to slow the economy in order to fight inflation. 336,000 people hired last month, more than expected. And about that 3.8% unemployment rate, Heritage Foundation economist E.J. Antoni says there's a lot more to it than meets the eye.
What you find is that accounting for all the millions of people missing from the labor force yields an unemployment rate not at 3.8%, but somewhere between 6.3 and 6.8%.
Former President Trump weighing in on the race for Speaker of the House.
After flirting with the idea of serving as interim House Speaker himself, Trump is officially backing Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan to succeed Kevin McCarthy. In a social media post, the former president described Jordan as a star and offered his complete and total endorsement. Jordan, who is a longtime Trump defender, is one of 2 leading candidates maneuvering for Speaker, along with Louisiana Congressman Steve Scalise. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Although critics dismiss it as a cynical political ploy, the Biden administration seems to be changing its tune on its approach to the wide-open southern border. For one thing, it's resuming deportation flights of Venezuelans amid a growing number entering the U.S. illegally. And the administration argues it is required by law to resume construction of a short section of border wall in South Texas. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas insists the administration's policy on the border barrier has not changed, despite President Biden's campaign promise that not another foot of wall would be built. On Wall Street, stocks are mixed this hour. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Israeli police have arrested an American tourist at the Israel Museum in Jerusalem.
The tourist had hurled works of art to the floor, damaging 2 2nd-century Roman statues. The vandalism late on Thursday has raised questions about the safety of Israel's priceless collections, as well as concern about a rise in attacks on cultural heritage in Jerusalem. Police identified the suspect as a radical 40-year-old Jewish American tourist. The man's lawyer denies that he acted out of religious fanaticism. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
A Russian missile strike has killed a 10-year-old boy and injured 24 other people in the northeastern Ukrainian city of Kharkiv. The attack coming a day after a strike in the same region killed at least 51 civilians in one of the deadliest attacks in the war in months. Ukrainian President Zelensky describing it as a demonstrably brutal Russian crime. Townhall.com. Well, there is word today of the passing of one of the greatest defensive players in NFL history.
Dick Butkus, the fearsome Hall of Fame linebacker for the Chicago Bears, died Thursday. He was 80. The Chicago native spent 9 seasons as a player for the Bears from 1965 to 1973, earning NFL Defensive Player of the Year honors twice. The team retired his number 51 in 1994.
I'm proud of Chicago, and I'm proud to tell you that when I played for you, I gave it the very best I could.
In a social media statement, the team said, quote, Butkus was a legend who embodied what it means to be a Chicago Bear. I'm Geffen Coolbaugh.
A United Nations report says storms, fires, and other extreme weather events led to more than 43 million displacements involving children between 2016 and 2021. UNICEF says the Horn of Africa was especially hard hit. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The traveler said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to our number of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday. Finally Friday.
Yes.
We made it.
We did.
Friday.
Our long regional nightmare is almost over.
It is. But it's still got a little gas left in the tank for a couple more days of fun.
And honestly, we're ending with a bang. the big stuff, tonight, the Garth Guy concert at 9 o'clock. Of course, the Ranch Rodeo gets underway this evening.
Was Selena last night or tonight?
Yes, Selena was last night. Yep.
And then Tejano night tomorrow night. Rodeo, like you said, day 1's today, day 2 tomorrow.
The Pecos Valley Stampede.
And, of course, Junior Livestock Auction tomorrow morning at the Livestock Showroom. They'll have the buyer's breakfast early, and then I think around 9 is usually when they start the actual auction there.
Yep.
We'll have that on ksvptv.com.
Yes,
but,
indeed.
If you want to do the bidding, you got to be there.
That's right.
We can't bid via the bidding.
Well, you could have someone else do your bidding.
Yeah, but they'd have to be
Is
there.
that what that means? Wow. I literally never put that together until just now. Yes, go do my bidding. Oh my God. I never put that together until literally just now.
The purple smoke just right out of his head there.
That's amazing.
But yes, a lot of going on this weekend here. So plenty of fair action for the next 2 days here. So big thank you to McDonald's.
Yes, indeed.
They make our Fridays so much better here.
Oh.
And they are kind of. Oh yeah, we got Jocelyn procured the sauce. As you know, they've got 2 signature sauces they're giving a try out right now, and we procured one of them. Yes. Not the Mambo. That's the one we didn't procure, but we got the sweet and spicy jam one.
Mm-hmm. This is the and from what I've gathered, it is it's like a sweet red pepper jelly. So have you ever had like the green chili jam or the red pepper jam, like in the jar?
Yeah.
I imagine it's kind of an amalgamation of that. But
Usually have it homemade. Usually that's the one I always have homemade is when you usually make that.
There's not really anything to try it on anymore. We got our breakfast was ransacked, but I'm gonna save the sauce back. I'm gonna try it out later on. Grab like a McChicken or something. Try it out.
We'll sample that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, please give that a dance while you're out there. If you're thinking, I would be curious to.
I know why now. I just remembered when I did the story last week. This one is the first McDonald's first breakfast-based sauce.
Yes.
So this is specifically for the breakfast stuff. But I mean, you can't cheat and use it for lunch.
Why not dip a nugget in there? I bet it's probably pretty good. My wife's actually favorite dipping vessel for the nuggets is honey.
Yeah,
she loves honey. And the problem is the honey packets aren't as big as the other packets.
This big. I know it's like.
Well, honey's a little more pricey than the other barbecue sauces and whatnot. You can whip. They got to squeeze out a bee's butt. It takes a little longer to do that.
You see how big a bee is? That's forever.
They got to milk them. I kid, of course. But it's a little more expensive. But yeah, give it a try. Try the new. So the Mambo's for lunch.
The lunch sauce, yeah. So I'm guessing if you go around lunch hours, you can procure the Mambo sauce.
Get some Mambo. And mix them. Save the Mambo and give it a try on your breakfast sandwich.
I say get a 6-piece and go Mambo Italiano with the sweet and spicy jam also.
Yeah. So is the Mambo a marinara based?
No, it does say it's tomato based. I think it's I imagine it's kind of like a more vinegary barbecue sauce.
Oh, more like a Carolina style.
Kind of like a Carolina, because they said it's real big in where do they say?
But Carolina style barbecue sauce usually isn't tomato based all the time.
Right.
So.
They said it was DC, a restaurant in DC. They have a sauce called it's like a Mambo's wild sauce or something like that.
Then I might be my because I grew up eating DC area barbecue and stuff, which does tend to lean towards Carolina style
because it's so close with that kind of vinegary based sauce.
Yeah, you tend to find more North Carolina style barbecue around DC area.
I'll be honest, that's my jam.
It's very good.
I love a vinegary
Which
barbecue sauce.
I think is probably why I'm so big on slaw on barbecue, because that's that Carolina style. That's very much. And when I came out here the first time and said, hey, you should put some slaw in that sandwich, they looked at me like I was some kind of weirdo.
Right.
And I'm like, trust me. And then they tried it, and they were like, it's like the whole Smoking on the Pigs people back in the day. They sell barbecue sandwiches at like car shows and the car show and stuff. And I told them, I said, and they looked at me like, are you crazy? I said, trust me. There's a whole half of this country that eats it this way. Trust me.
When I was a kid, there was this town. It's like the whole part of southwestern Oklahoma celebrated a festival in Medill called the Sand Bass Festival every year. It was like a block party, big festival. For 2 years, my family rented a food truck and we sold slaw burgers and slaw dogs.
Nice.
Yeah. was a big memory of my childhood. So that was
So you probably get the slaw dog over at Classics there.
I'm a fan of that. Personally, I go with the Chicago, the Windy City, because I just kind of like that style of dog.
I'm weird.
But I do like a slaw dog.
I'm weird. I love the OG.
Yeah?
The classic dog.
Yeah?
The one with the, I don't know, something about the pickles and the onions and it hits the right notes with me. It just does every time. I mean, I love pork chili, do all that. I'll never kick a hot dog out for doing that.
Right.
But something about the classics, just OG classic, is the one that hits the right notes for me. So I'm weird like that, though.
You know, all the places that have corporatized out at the fair, like for example, Domino's, how they've had a truck for years. I'm surprised that McDonald's has never ventured into that game.
You'd think,
Fair Row, it would be really cool if you had just like a Mickey D's at the end.
Yeah,
and the best part about the fair is you can always upcharge 300% for everything. So they'd make a pretty decent amount of money. I'm just
like going to
Nick.
McDonald's in New York City.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever been to a McDonald's in New York City?
No, I wanted
Holy cow.
so bad to go to the one in Vegas.
Yeah,
but there was a part of me that's like, I could just go to the one at home.
I've been to ones in D.C. And it's the same way. It's not quite as bad as New York.
Yeah.
But instead of paying $15 for a Big Mac in D.C., you're paying like $10 for the Big Mac. It's in D.C.
Right.
Not talking suburbs. I'm talking in D.C. proper, in New York City proper, where real estate's at the premium and the buildings and all that. And in D.C. proper, you go to any fast food joint, you're going to pay probably double what you pay in the suburbs for a sandwich.
Wow.
Or what taco or whatever you get at the fast food place.
Dang.
Yep. It's just like that.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, so you might as well just go eat local when you're downtown. Go eat at Ben's Chili Bowl or one of these other
Get yourself
places.
a dirty water dog.
Yeah, you're still going to spend a bunch of money, but at least you get OG original neat food. So, but anyway, you do you when you're there.
Big thanks to McDonald's. Go by, try their sweet and spicy jam.
I do want to. I think that might be great on the Egg McMuffin. Like you always talk about the grape jelly is a 10 on there. I'd be very curious to put a little New Mexico spice on it a little bit.
Right.
Granted, this is probably not green chili in that jam.
Yeah, but
it's
got
adjacent.
That. It's got that pepper, pepperiness to it.
Yeah, it goes sweet and spicy, which is good. But yeah, give it a try. I'm curious. I'm gonna try it out. I think Egg McMuffin's probably the best one to try it out.
Probably, yeah.
Anything with a white egg, I think, is gonna lend to it. I think.
Maybe.
I mean, I could be way off. It could be work either way. But I'm thinking any breakfast sandwiches with the white egg white.
And the key with the McMuffin is you got them nooks and crannies, so it slips into them little craggy bits.
Yeah. Although biscuits are a fine vessel for jelly.
The only problem I have with biscuit, unless you apply the sauce beforehand, is you're going to leave biscuit residue in whatever vessel you're dipping into.
Sure. Well, I think in this one you spread it on the biscuit. Like with a knife.
So not like a savage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what
pinky in the air.
There you go.
Exactly.
Fancy with it.
Let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a bit. We have the folks from Main Street Roswell join us, Barbara, and I think she's brought a guest. I can't see who it is. So we'll talk with them, get an update on what's going on there. Later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety and your Wall Street business update and whatever else we can conjure up for this hour of the show.
Yes, indeed.
Before we do that, let's take a look at your weather. You're going to love it for the next 2 days. And it's going to get a little warmer next week. But this weekend, lovely. Here you go.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty nice conditions for the upcoming weekend. We have high pressure rolling in from the Intermountain States and covering the southwest. 80 for the afternoon high today. Lots of sun. Wind should be light. Maybe a few clouds overnight and our low dropping into the mid-50s. And then Saturday we will be a little bit cooler. Afternoon highs staying in the mid-70s and sunny. Back to the low 80s and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 65 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 68%. Winds currently out of the south at 7 miles per hour. For today, beautiful. Sunny skies, a high of 82 expected. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy with an overnight low of 52 tonight. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, beautiful. Sunny, 75 for a high tomorrow. East winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear tomorrow night with an overnight low of 51 degrees. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, we're going to warm back up to the mid-80s. 84 officially. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. And then Monday, Columbus Day, we're going to be at 87. Tuesday next week, 89. Wednesday, 89, and back down to 81 around Thursday of next week. All right, it is 9:17. We're going to take a 4-minute break, and then we'll have the folks from Main Street Roswell join us. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Need new windows for your home? Beware of the sales gangster. Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing and Windows here. A sales gangster is a window salesperson with the mobster mentality. They intimidate, bully, and fast talk you into buying their less than quality windows during a 3-hour pitch. Think I'm kidding? Call a few window companies and see for yourself. Or you can skip the sales gangsters and call Trustmark. We have fair, no-nonsense pricing on our premium windows, and our appointments take only about 60 to 75 minutes. Just long enough to listen to what you need, show you your options, answer your questions, and give you a straightforward quote. Then it's up to you. We can take a no just as easy as a yes, but I'll guarantee you this. No sales gangsters. Sound fair? Call Trustmark Roofing and Windows for your no-obligation spring window assessment. 575-755-7663 or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. The time to trade up is now at Roswell Ford. Because now through the end of the month, Roswell Ford will take any trade, any condition, even if you owe thousands more than your car's value. And with a lot full of amazing deals, you can trade up and save big. Get 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% on select new Ford models. With a job bringing home just $3.99 a week, Roswell Ford's aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even with bad credit or no credit. Check out a special edition Ford F-150 Raptor R, a 75th anniversary crew cab 4x4, a 2023 Ford Raptor Bronco, 2023 Ford F-150 Platinum Edition, and the new 2023 Ford F-150 Trimmer. Now is the time to trade up. Head for Roswell Ford, the home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell.
A dining set is the staple of family gatherings. It's where you spend holidays, where you help your kids with their homework. It's an entertainment setting for game nights or new recipes. Your dining room is a centerpiece of style and design. This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. Here at Glenn's, we bring quality to the modern dining room. Our selection is extensive with clean lines and subtle curves, from traditional to contemporary with wood or stone tops. Stylize your dining room at Glenn's on Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
The Eastern New Mexico State Fair 101 It's Going to Be Fun is happening October 2nd through the 7th. And Wright's Amusement, North America's longest running carnival, is back to bring all the fun. Unlimited ride armbands are $35 each day. On Tuesday, it's Ride 'em Cowboy Day with a $25 fair admission that includes an unlimited ride armband perfect for families and large groups. Wednesday night is Dollar Ride Night for all rides. And on Thursday, bring in 2 cans of food and get an unlimited ride armband for $25. The fun is waiting for you at the Eastern New Mexico State Fair in Roswell, and paid for by Roswell Lodgers Tax.
If you or someone you love is dealing with addiction, it's time to stop suffering and start celebrating recovery. Celebrate Recovery is a program designed to guide you step by step through the process of breaking free from your hurts, habits, and hang-ups and find hope and strength in recovery. A new cycle of step studies begins Monday, October 9th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Grace Community Church, 935 West Mescalero Road in Roswell. If you want more information, call 575-623-5438 or come by Celebrate Recovery at Grace Community Church, 935 West Mescalero Road, every Friday night beginning at 5.
Are you ready to make a real difference in your community? Introducing the New Mexico Army National Guard. Serve your community with pride and become a part-time hero. Join our dedicated team and enjoy the adventure of a lifetime. Get full-time benefits without sacrificing your current career or education. When disaster strikes and your community needs assistance, you'll be there to lend a helping hand. So don't miss out on the opportunity to receive education, adventure, and financial stability, all while serving your country. Get started by visiting our website, nationalguard.com/NM.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That's because men are 6 times more likely to wear a tinfoil hat in a thunderstorm. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Main Street Roswell, Of course, Barbara Gomez is back with us, and Rob Tynes as well. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How's life treating everybody here?
Sheesh.
A little bit of a breath, right? Because you got the Chili Cheese Festival.
Yeah, we got that done.
Farmers markets wrapped up for the season. We're kind of in a bit of an eye before the next storm of events come up here.
Yeah.
Just down the alley.
Yeah. Well, we don't breathe again until probably January, I don't think, because we have the Christmas stuff coming up.
Yeah, see, we're all shifting gears to the holidays here now.
So a lot going on.
But I don't know if you got a big breath now between now and all the holiday stuff. Here.
Yes, and there's a lot of events and things happening in between all this, trainings and different things specifically for Main Street and the community.
Veterans Day's coming up, and of course, Main Street always hosts the veteran stuff and all that.
We
so
do.
It's very busy time of year for Main Street Roswell.
Yes.
So, which means a busy time for everyone else in the community, too. A lot of events, a lot of fun things for families to get involved with throughout the city, not just Main Street Roswell, but there's so many active. Like, if you're bored the next 2 weeks, that's your own fault. There's so much going on.
That is true.
Between, everything.
And there's pumpkins everywhere. I mean, you go to Rob's place, he's already got at Westlake where he works.
Yeah.
He's got the pumpkins. He's got all kinds of fun stuff going on. Yeah, he's got beautiful mums all over the front of his store.
What's the rule of thumb on pumpkins? I guess if you're gonna have them to just not cut up, you could start getting them now, right? But if you're gonna cut them up and stuff, it's probably a little early on that.
Yeah, I would think so.
Unless you want rotten pumpkins for Halloween.
That is true. That's true. My husband and I took a drive last night, and it's amazing. Some of the decorations that are already up for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
I am really pleased with that.
Their
I just
favorite
think
holiday.
It's cool that kids can be kids and go out and see some of this
And
stuff.
I'm going to say something else. For all the folks that love doing the Halloween decor and Christmas decor, do me a favor. Save yourself a bunch of cash and support local. Visit the thrift stores, the Humane Society, the Refuge, all of our thrift stores. Go hit them up for Halloween costumes and decor because, it's almost all brand new or slightly used. And those lights and things, you drop hundreds of dollars on that. At these thrift stores, it's pennies on the dollar, and every dollar you give them is going back to that organization and helping people locally. So if you've already spent your budget on brand new stuff, go support these thrift stores and these organizations because everyone, and I'm guarantee you're going to be like, I should have started doing this sooner because you just, instead of spending $100 on a costume, you spend $5, and it's just as good.
Just as good. That's true. That is true.
So
anyway, I want to start out this morning by saying, first of all, we had a little issue happen on Main Street, and we wanted to be everybody to be on the lookout.
Okay.
Apparently, yesterday around 2:00, two women, one with long hair in a silver blue pickup, cut the chain off of the alien, which is at the spacewalk.
Oh, really?
You know, that green alien that points up to the sky.
So some lady in a pickup truck came in?
Actually, there was two women, a bigger lady and a smaller lady.
Okay. I'm guessing there's video footage.
In broad daylight at 2:00 in the afternoon.
That's bold.
Yeah, that's very bold. And
were they older, younger?
Apparently younger women.
Okay.
And they cut the chain off the alien that was, tied to a light pole. And they took it. It's $400 worth of an alien that is gone.
Wow.
So if you have any information that could help them
be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout.
And that's a unique thing, too. That's not like something, you know what I mean?
I mean, not every day you see somebody riding down the street with an alien in the back.
You go to someone's house and they got that thing sitting there. That's not like, where'd you get that?
Like, where'd you get that? Or you might see this in somebody's yard. It's not there. So hopefully let us know the police were called.
It's kind of like a couple years ago when someone stole the flying saucer. It's like, what are you going to do with that?
Yeah, what are you going to do with that? Yeah, why steal it?
Yeah.
But anyway, so we just wanted to put out there right away. And thank you to the merchants of Main Street for looking out for each other.
That's a great point.
Thank you for looking out for each other and having it on video from your store to their store. So we do have some videos. So
good. Well, hopefully that helps, and we can apprehend whoever did this and then make restitution and fix what's supposed to be done here.
Yeah. People do a lot of work and get out there. And
we have so many great people that do so much to try to bless and make our community better, and it just takes a few knuckleheads to really put a damp on it. So let's make sure these people get the justice that they deserve for doing what they did.
Yeah. So. And we have new people moving in Main Street all the time, right across the street from the Spacewalk.
Yeah.
What used to be the CrossFit place is now Farm and Ranch Candle Company.
Yes.
And it's a really cool building, and they're planning on doing lots of fun stuff. So if you've not been there yet, it's just right across the street on 2nd, right across the street from Spacewalk.
I think if you play your cards right and walk around the Main Street corridor, you could pretty much decorate your whole house.
You could.
With accessories between all the merchants there. and everything from big furniture to your decor knickknacks and
to paintings,
tchotchkes and things like that.
art.
Everything in between. Yeah. All that stuff.
So we're going to tell you a little bit about what's going on downtown, and and what the merchants have going on, because we love to promote our merchants and what they have. So Crash Landing Bear Factory. If you've not been in there, it is the coolest little shop. Kids can make their own bears, and they have clothing for them, and they also have dog. And
for the
cat.
bears, not your kids.
No, not your kids. It's way too little. But so you can dress up your bear. But they do have lots of cool dog. Outfits as well.
So when you're done decorating your bear, you want to decorate the Fluffy, then you got you covered.
Pooch.
Awesome.
And they're offering wholesale also. So if you need a large amounts of something, you can get with them. And they're getting ready to work on
So you got a dog fashion show coming up, and you need a lot of pieces. That would be a good thing.
Yeah, they're working on a catalog also. And so, Rob, you want to talk about this? Because this is kind of cool that they have going on.
CS Designs?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like decorating or doing any kind of early Halloween art? People can paint their favorite family Halloween portraits as skeletons, scarecrows, witches, etc.
Nice.
Family fun
They're
for
really fun.
Good Girls Night Out.
That's a lot of fun. Those are good
sure
group
if you partner
stuff.
up with Cheyenne there, she can give you further details on what you can bring in.
I feel
as
like
snacks.
I feel like painting a skeleton's way easier than painting a human being.
This is really kind of cool because it's kind of like it's your whole family. So you and your 2 kids or whatever, so 4 of you. And they make little skeletons, larger skeletons, medium-sized skeletons, or witches, or
kind of a Halloween
ghouls.
representation of your family.
It's a Halloween representation.
How fun.
It looks like she's also going to have a really special event coming up on October the 19th. You can choose your times. It's called Blacklight Paint Night. So you can come out, paint, and watch your favorite Halloween character come alive with special glow paint.
Oh, cool.
You can choose your times. There's a 6 p.m., 7:15, and an 8:30 p.m. It's only $19.95 per person. Or you can do a VIP table for $100, which seats 6. It includes 1 free seat, fun table, wearable, and each guest gets a gift from the spooky giveaway table.
Nice.
Free popcorn and punch. Beautifully gazed charcuterie. Pre-order
I'm glad
only.
he's got to say that word because I'd really screwed that up.
BYOB, which brings your own best friend. Maybe I don't know.
She said keep it friendly, so I don't know what that
means.
Bring your friends and sample cheeses and meats.
Bring your friends
from the charcuterie.
Yeah.
Choose from ghost dog, mummy cat, Dracula, Frankenstein, pumpkin cat, or skeleton.
Nice.
So to reserve, just go to www.csdesignology.com.
Sounds like a
or
fun.
reach out to Cheyenne at CS Design.
Sounds like a fun thing for a group of friends to get together and do and hang out.
You might want to do it like an office teamwork thing, so you can get your team out there and do something
team
fun.
building.
Place where you can let your hair down a
team
little bit and have a little fun
building.
as your work group. Yeah, absolutely.
And just right next door is Britt's Mercantile, and they're really wanting to promote shop small. Shop and support your small businesses. They have all kinds of...
Tis the season.
Yeah, tis
Holiday
the season.
season's
If
right
you're
around the
wondering
corner.
what to get for Christmas, I just recently looked at their Facebook. They've got some incredible new hutches, and they're all rustic looking.
Oh, cool.
Some of them have that blue color that are really, really nice.
And here's the best part: these businesses. This is this is what they do. It's not like going to the big box store and you look at some of the things and you have a question about it, or you want to know a little history on it. Guess what? Every one of these downtown merchants can tell you a whole bunch about the products they sell because that's what they do. This is their specialized thing. It's not like going to a big box store and it's like, where's your furniture? And you're like, I don't know, aisle 7 somewhere.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And so if you're like, hey, well, what's, and so if you're like saying, well, this one comes from here, and it comes from in there. They also make that. So if you like, and if you want to like, especially because when we do this, we all do it. You want to kind of collect the sets and things. So if you buy a certain piece of furniture, you're going to want the matching other accessories that go with. And guess what? Your local merchants are going to have your access to all of that, ins and all of that. They're going to be, so when you buy the product, you're going to know exactly what you're getting and you get exactly what you want because you dealt with people that are helping
local,
you through that whole process. So when you don't know anything about this decor, because a lot of us are like, they can educate you and show you and help you. Yeah. And that's something that we lack in today's world of customer service, and unless you go into mom and pop places that really are the last bastion for really caring about what they do and sell and what it's their livelihood, it's their pride, it's everything that's there.
Small community. It's like we get to know everyone on a first name basis.
Absolutely. So please, I mean, this, when we get to this shop local season, I mean, do this all the time, but when you're looking for these things, stop going to Amazon first, stop going to Walmart and Target first. Go take a look at what's downtown, your merchants, what's in your other local businesses. If you want to go online, fine. Many of our local merchants have online presence and things. So if you want that convenience, you could find it locally from many of these businesses.
And like they say, buy local or buy local. So, you know what I'm saying? You need to support them so they won't be gone tomorrow.
Way bigger percentage of the dollar you spend in a local store stays here in the city versus you spending online, none of it, unless it's an local business. Right. And with your major corporations, like 30% of it, it varies, but roughly around that margin. So when you buy that pot in downtown as opposed to the big box store, 70% of that money goes back to parks, streets, garbage picked up.
Right.
The aquatic center, all these things that we enjoy, that's where that goes.
Right, it certainly does. And, of course, these are our friends and neighbors, too, you guys. We talk to them and see them all the time. Let me tell you a little bit of what's going on at Moon Rock Outfitters. In case you guys have not been there, Daniel Cedarberg and that group there, they're doing a really, really good job. I think it's a really unique thing for us to have here in Roswell, a bike shop and an expert on bike shops.
We certainly have plenty of beautiful places to bike.
Yeah, a lot. And not only that, they welcomed Chance to Moon Rock. He is their new bike mechanic apprentice.
All right.
And they just became an authorized dealer for Janus Bikes, which apparently I'm not a bike rider, but apparently they're
top line.
Those are the top of the line.
Are they kind of dirt bikes or street bikes?
I'm
a little
not
both,
sure, Rob. What are they?
Or mountain bikes, I guess would be the term. Not dirt bikes.
Maybe mountain bikes.
Yeah.
But you know what's really cool about this? Daniel and his group put together, like rides. So if you want to go out riding, but you don't want to go by yourself, he does do some group rides.
Okay.
He does gravel
Might make
rides.
friends that way.
Yeah, gravel rides, and I don't want to do any gravel.
I think it's fun till you fall.
Yeah, I don't think it's not any fun to fall. Check my knees out. I fell way too much. But they also sell bikes. They sell skates, skateboards, and bike accessories. So they sell more than what you would normally think.
If you propel it and it's on wheels with your feet or hands, and you probably
you can find it there. And Daniel's there all the time. He can help you out. He's a really, really nice guy.
Absolutely. Good deal.
And he's right next to Stellar, by the way.
Good deal.
Speaking of Stellar.
Bike on in.
Yeah, just bike on in over. Speaking of Stellar, they've got some great events coming up. Karaoke.
Nice.
October 20th at 6 p.m. On the 26th, they have a 4 to 6 p.m. haunted house.
Nice.
And then it also looks like October 28th at 6 p.m. they have a puzzle party.
Okay.
So go in, get a cup of coffee or your favorite beverage. Sit there and de-stress from your week.
You know how you can really, you want to really just kind of
mellow out.
Yeah, doing a puzzle really
Take
does
a breath.
do that. You're not thinking about your bills or anything else. You're just like, where the heck is this stupid piece?
And have some like pumpkin latte or something. Really, really cool.
Absolutely.
Or a scone.
Bring your friends and chill and have a little, get together and y'all work as a group on the puzzle and then you talk and visit and do, and to be honest, Stellar Coffee is kind of the beacon for Main Street for that kind of thing.
It is.
So many people come, just even friends, they just say, hey, we're going to play cards or something together. Let's all meet at Stellar and play cards. That place is that community gathering place.
I think they actually make
the
the puzzle part of it kind of you have your own team. So the teams are coming up with their own fun, silly names. Like one team was called, I think, the Missing Piece. So they come up with some fun, cool names
have some
for
fun
their
with
group.
it. And little bragging rights too, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Now Moon Man Printing is right next door as well. He's more than T-shirts, you guys. If you have not stopped in there, he's got some Santa Fe earrings that are really, really cool.
Nice.
He also has salsas. All kinds of New Mexico salsas.
Oh, I didn't think to go in there to
he's
eat.
got all kinds of salsas.
Bring your own chips.
Yeah, bring your own chips. You just walk in and start trying them out.
Where's the salsas?
And I know he had some paintings there. And I'm sorry, Josh, I can't remember who, but some famous local painter.
Some local
I think,
artist.
The guy that you told me about, Rob, that's going to do wall painting.
Okay. So if you're popping through Main Street and you don't find any art over there, then pop into Moon Man. You might find some more artwork.
He's got some really cool Halloween-looking little statues there. And he also has honeys and drinks, such as, like, I really need this, Liquid Death. I have no idea what that is, but
it's an energy drink. Yeah.
Is it an energy
There's
drink?
a water, seltzer water.
It's a line.
Really?
Yeah, it's a whole line of
products.
Do they do hard stuff too, or just the?
I've not seen that.
Yeah, I can remember they got into the hard stuff yet or not. But,
I don't know.
generally, the energy drink world. That's
the
kind of
energy drinks.
Can's black and it's got like
I'll
skulls
let you
and stuff.
talk about those two if you want to.
All right. So Jose over at El Toro Bravo, we want to also say thank you to them.
Yeah, shout out to them.
They hosted our first live stakeholder meeting, and it was a great success. Great,
awesome
appetizers,
makes
drinks.
sense. They're a staple in the Main Street.
Yes,
Like, when you think of Main Street Roswell, one of the first things you think of is El Toro Bravo.
Yeah.
It's just,
So, great music and specials every Friday night. So check them out. I believe they have a DJ on certain nights. So don't forget to go by and say hello to Jose and get a michelada.
And even if you miss the DJ, it doesn't matter what night you go in there and eat food and hit the bakery when you're done. That bakery is people sleep on the bakery. You don't realize how much good stuff's in that bakery. Because what it is, we go in there and eat, and then we're like rolling out, and we don't want to look at food anymore. But please save a little room.
Go around the corner.
Move into that
Very
bakery.
personal service too.
Yeah, the biscuit Cheetos. I love those biscuit Cheetos.
Hey, maybe the next time we have a stakeholder meeting, we would like to see you there, Mike, live.
We
would love to see you there because what we're trying to do, we've done stakeholder meetings for a long time. That's been one of Main Street's. If you're a stakeholder, you know we have meetings for you downtown.
Sure. And if you're a merchant,
if you're a merchant and you say, I don't know what's going on, come to a meeting, you'll find out.
Sure.
But whenever pandemic hit, everybody went into their little cocoon and everybody's only doing Zoom. Well, Rob is trying really hard to bring everybody back out of their cocoon and let's meet together because we want you to see what other businesses look like so you can promote them and they can promote you.
Yeah, well, and that's how it works. I mean, the Main Street does not survive without each other. It just and like you were talking earlier about how everyone's really good about kind of watching out for each other, and you have to because at the end of the day, everybody's in it together. Every business downtown benefits when there's people walking the sidewalks, strolling, sitting there, maybe stopping and having a beverage or casually stopping and maybe hanging out here in Reichman Park watching a show or something like that. That's what we want. So it's great to see, and that's why you see them on the weekends. They're coming out, making sure the flowers are in the pots, and of course the city's been dedicating a maintenance crew now for taking care of Main Street. So all of this is coming together, and like you said, new businesses are popping in. We're starting to see the growth and normalcy come back to the Main Street corridor.
And most communities, small communities such as our size, are basically Main Street oriented. I mean, that's their arts and cultural districts. It's the
heart of the city.
Beverage, it's the heart of the city now. They're getting back to bringing it back to downtown.
Yeah, you can really have
family nights.
Absolutely.
Family fun.
And we, the Main Street Board, and myself as the executive director, we're working really, really hard to figure out ways to bring more vitality to Main Street. We are looking for other options and ideas to bring more, to expand it or to actually fill up some of these empty buildings, these vacant buildings. And so you're going to see more things coming up. As a matter of fact, one of our big projects that we're working on is it's not a facade squad, actually, it's more of a wayfinding.
Okay.
In 2016, the city created a wayfinding plan for the city of Roswell. A lot of it had to do with Main Street itself. So we have started looking at that, adopting that, and already moving forward to possibly putting out more kiosks out there. We're also looking, and this is a big dream, we decided to go big or go home, is one of the things that was in this wayfinding plan was a gateway that sits on the north side of Main Street and on the south side of Main Street, welcoming you to the Main Street district.
Kind of an identifier.
Yeah,
This is officially the Main Street.
This is officially Main Street. So we've already started that process. So hopefully you'll begin to see a little bit more of that going on.
Yeah, because sometimes we do, because people don't realize that Main Street is more than just Main Street.
It is.
It's actually the several blocks on either side of it here on the downtown corridor, like things like the Historical Society are technically in the Main Street corridor, even though they're a couple streets over.
Yes, they are.
That's all part of the corridor here. So there is a lot more than just those businesses on Main Street. The businesses and entities, we got like a great bed and breakfast right over in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hidden gems right
That's
just a
right,
street
right,
over.
Just one street away. And so we're
really
kind of
cool.
hoping to promote everything within this area in some way to keep people here longer. hopefully to go shopping.
And everything is in walking distance.
Absolutely.
You can walk from Main Street down to the historical area.
I mean, just even stuff like the historic. Like, did you know there's a museum in the courthouse? Do you want to go? Like, most people don't want to go there because you got a case. So we're kind of. But if you want to, if you're walking and stuff, and it's during business hours, obviously you can't go on a Saturday, middle of the night, but. You can go in the courthouse and see the museum, and
they have a really cool area.
Yeah,
there's somebody asked me if I'd ever gone up to the top.
The rotunda is beautiful.
I've never been up there. So
I have. I've been there once
with
with Leadership Roswell. I don't get and that's where the judge's office is.
They didn't take me there when I did Leadership
Roswell. I think I just lucked out. We happened to catch him on a day when the judge was in office.
Somebody said to me, "You should take a tour, Barbara," and I think I'd love that.
Well, and this is what happened. It was when Stan Riggs was the county manager, and his wife just so happened to be the judge.
Yes.
So he had a few strings he could pull to get into that.
Do we know anybody, Rob? I don't know, Rob. We need to pull a few.
So we lucked out there.
You know a couple of people. Okay, so again, Rob Tynes is the chair for our Christmas event.
You're the keeper of the Santa hat.
He is the keeper. He's Mr. Santa.
I will definitely be working with Devin Bullock. She's such a great asset to downtown for our Christmas venues.
Speaking of Main Street staples, another name, the Bullock family. Very much.
Definitely Devin Bullock. She plays a really vital, important role in this. So we will begin our November Shop Small, which will be focusing the downtown businesses.
More than just a Black Friday, all month. Shop local,
correct.
Shop small.
Yes, correct. Yeah. And we're hoping that will also pull in our next stakeholders meeting for this month live. We are looking at our theme for this year's Christmas venue.
Okay.
So anyone, even if you're not a part of the downtown
creative
area,
types want to input.
If you've got input, go to our Facebook page.
Or if you want to volunteer.
Always looking for volunteers.
Yes.
Exactly.
There is perks for being a volunteer at Main Street, by the way.
You get a t-shirt,
swag opportunities. See, you actually get to see how the sausage is made sometimes, and that's really cool. Like when you have these big events, and you're like, how do they pull this off? Well, be a volunteer. You'll find out how they pull it off.
Yeah, when you think we're not doing anything, you guys, there's so much going on behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
So much going on. And thankfully, I have
Main
great
Street
people
is that,
like Rob to help me out.
Main Street really is that duck analogy. Where you guys just see the duck on top of the pond,
you don't see all the little
looking elegant, smooth. You don't see them feet under the water going 1,000 miles an hour pushing that thing. So.
Well, that will lead us up to December. Once again, partnering with everyone downtown, getting our theme, going with our shop small. Do you want to speak?
Go ahead. That's yours too. Everything is Rob. So you guys notice that?
It's all Rob today.
It's all Rob.
It's all coming up Rob.
Today it's a Rob show.
So Shop Small, we'll be partnering with the local businesses to set up some type of ways to drive their business during
November.
Yes.
Shop Small.
Shop Small.
Absolutely.
Again, we said the themes that will come up with our decorating the downtown windows. Also, it'll take us into December where we'll be preparing for our parade.
One of the biggest events that Main Street does
it'll
is
be
that
another
parade.
electric light parade.
So now's the time to plot, plan.
And actually, I'm already getting phone calls from people saying, what is the theme? What is the theme?
All right, so
companies out here want to get together. And
getting your lights
we're looking
together.
forward to working with some more of last year's vendors and participants.
And invite some new ones.
Yeah, Coca-Cola came out last year with some great polar bear.
Yeah.
Budweiser did a phenomenal job.
They tend to know Christmas holidays pretty well.
Yeah,
both
a lot of
them.
the local businesses.
Between Clydesdales and Polar
Club,
Bears.
everybody really participated, and they're already asking again, what's the date? What's the time? What's the theme going to be this year? So we had a lot of participants last year.
Good.
And this year, there's hopefully some surprises.
All right.
That we're looking for that I can't talk about, but it's really exciting. It'll be a great thing for Roswell.
As we get close to the event, we're going to remind you, make sure you get out there for the parade and enjoy it. And of course, if you're not the type that wants to create one, then please come out and view it. I say it's one of the coolest parades. The fair parade's the biggest. That thing will take forever.
Yeah.
But as far as the most uniqueness in things you see, the light parade is that.
Yeah,
that's
the light
one.
parade
That's the one that you get to see the coolest,
and
most
of course,
innovative things.
And of course, Santa Claus is going to be there.
He's the official caboose of the fair.
Yes, and he gets down and lights our 17-foot
So after he's done at Macy's parade and Thanksgiving, he comes to Roswell and does our parade.
That's right. That's what he does. Yeah. And another thing we're working on, it's going to happen later in December, and I'll bring more information about this, but we're going to do a reindeer hop downtown. Reindeer, what I called it, a reindeer hop, downtown. And so what we want to do with this, Mike, is invite dignitaries like you and city people, yes,
Thank you.
like you,
That's a new one.
Yeah, that's another one. Well, everybody knows Mike, right? And you know, the mayor,
too,
the city managers, some of the city councilors. You know, our Main Street people would love very much for everybody to come visit them and know what they do. Sometimes they feel like they're left out and people don't even know they're there. But we'd like to invite people to come out, come visit them.
Yeah.
And we're going to be working together to get some carolers out there, possibly dressing in period clothing and caroling and kind of have a progressive, what do you want to call it, meet and greet.
Okay.
So you might start here and have a cookie and move over here and have some hot chocolate, and over there you might have popcorn or
so they have like
sandwiches.
a Christmas Carol theming with the dresses.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the, cocoa and the.
We might need to reach out to the Roswell Theater.
They're good at creating a mood.
Yeah. So we'll be reaching out to a few people during that time. So be looking forward to all of this, you guys. We have a lot going on. Also, please go to the fair this week. Mm-hmm. They do have a schedule online. So you might look it up if you're not knowing what's happening, what day or what time. Mm-hmm. Please look up. They have a huge schedule of events going on.
Well, the next 2 days are kind of your big climax days. You know, we got
a lot of performances.
Yeah, the big concerts are tonight, tomorrow. Yes. The rodeo gets underway tonight and then tomorrow.
Is there one on Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Day one's tonight. It's a ranch rodeo, the Pecos Valley Ranch Rodeo.
Oh, really?
The qualifiers and all that's today, and then they'll do more qualifying tomorrow during the day, and then the money's tomorrow night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
well, I'll have to look at that because I definitely don't want to miss the rodeo. That's what I would like to go to.
And by the way, all these shows, all these concerts, everything included into your admission into the fair.
Yeah.
So when you go to get in the fair, once you're in the fair, go mosey on over to the rodeo ring, mosey to the concert
I didn't know
stage.
That sounds
your
fantastic.
Price, all of it's included.
Oh, wow.
So you get in. And by the way, if you're going exclusively for the rodeo, park in the main fair entrance. Do not park at the rodeo entrance.
Okay.
Only people that can park at the rodeo entrance are rodeo participants. So unless you're riding or roping something, you do not park over there.
Park in
the main parking lot there, which is free to park. It doesn't cost you anything to park.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to have to find out because I don't want to miss that for sure. Now we have two really big things coming into town that we want to tell you about. Well, one for sure. The Roswell Travis County Economic Development Department Corporation here,
which is in the Main Street corridor,
which is in the Main Street corridor. They're holding a fall business development seminar.
All right,
and it's going to be held Tuesday, October the 24th. And for those of you that it's a group called Arrowhead Center.
Okay,
that are coming down to talk about business development. So if you're a business that's trying to think, I don't know how to develop my business, it's free. It's free. All you have to do is register.
Come get some valuable free information.
This is on our Facebook, so if you need that.
And that will be at the EDC building?
Yes, it will be at the
EDC
building.
The Bank of Southwest building?
Mm-hmm, the Bank of the South, just right next to that.
You'll see the entrance on it on Main Street there. It says EDC.
And another big thing that we have coming to town, the APANM, which is the American Planning Association New Mexico.
Okay.
So every year, apparently, planners all get together. I'd never heard about this, but they all get together throughout the whole state of New Mexico, and they also have national conferences. Well, this year it's going to be held in Roswell.
Okay.
So it's coming up really quick, the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks away.
Where's the dates at?
Yeah.
Before I lose them here. Okay, so, yeah, they start on the 18th, but they're going to have speakers from all over the place. Meredith there with the city is helping to plan this event. But the cool part of it is they are inviting everyone. This will be on our Facebook as well. And they have invited us, Rob, Main Street, to be a part of this. So Main Street Roswell will be speaking, and our theme will be more of, working together with planners, because you can't do anything without planning. We can't put up signs. We can't put up wayfinding signs or do facades. You need planners to do that.
Anybody seen any government operation? Anything goes glacial because there's got to be steps for transparency and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So it is a lot of red tape. But if you know the system and know how to work it and have the information to do that, you can do it.
Right. And my theme is going to be how Main Street and planning play a role in economic development.
Nice.
And I will be speaking along with some of my board members. We'll be at Reichman Park on Friday, October the 20th.
Okay.
So come by and see us. We're also across the street from that. Will be Josh Berry. He will be doing a session talking about the signs that he's created.
Okay.
We will also have pictures, bigger pictures, posters type things
Sure.
of the upcoming wayfinding plan so people can see what
See what the steps are
Yeah,
here.
and so we're working, trying to get maybe Burrito Express or El Toro Bravo.
Well, so you know a few places.
Yeah, we know a few places to get a few burritos.
Yeah, I think we can make that happen around here.
Yeah, so we're trying to pump up our Main Street and say, hey, guys, make these people feel welcome. There should be around 100 or more people here in town from all over the state. So let's make Roswell shine.
One thing Roswell's always been good at is being good ambassadors for people.
Yeah.
We're anytime we talk, and I mean, UFO Festival is always a good training for that. And because there's so many out of town folks, and when they come through, and then we always do a great job of telling them about the places we love and all that. And if you run into these folks, do the same. Do that hospitality. Show them the little Roswell love.
Yep. So we're going to do a walkabout down Main Street.
All right.
So everybody that comes from out of town or as part of the seminar will get a little map and a walkabout, and every location in town that wants to participate, they might want to maybe give a free sticker. They might want to give a drink or maybe a cookie or a token or something for them to remember Roswell. Beef jerky. Yeah, something. It might be
someone hand me a piece of beef jerky. I'd be there for
Check our Hangar 209 on that beef jerky. That's great beef jerky.
I'll be your friend. You hand me some beef jerky.
Yes.
So it's a lot going on, Mike.
Yeah.
So we appreciate your time. To
Anytime.
Let us come.
If you go mainstreetroswell.org is a great resource. If you want to get involved in future things, or if your band or any of the upcoming events or Friday events or anything like that. If you want to sign up for that stuff, that's where you go through mainstreetroswell.org. If you want to be a volunteer, or maybe even, I'm sure they're always looking for a few people to serve on the board and things like that. If you want to get more involved at the nuts and bolts level here, reach out to Barbara or Rob or any people that that
Peggy,
serve on the board. Peggy Seski,
Peggy, she's everywhere.
You won't see her as much on Saturday mornings till July now here, but
we have one more.
Oh, we got one more left.
We have one more. This is our last.
This is the last one. Okay.
This is our last farmers market.
Final one.
Hey, but we got another cool thing coming up. One of the merchants downtown is holding an indoor farmers market and giving people the opportunity to put their shops up inside of her shop. So I'll be putting more information about that out really, really soon. Okay.
All right. So get your last fix. If you missed it all summer. Tomorrow's your last chance.
Yeah, and
get your chili,
goodies.
your produce. Come hungry and eat a burrito. Come support all the different booths out there.
Yeah.
If you missed it all summer, shame on you. It was a good summer.
And a big thank you to Rob. If you didn't get your peanut brittle,
I did. Thank you, Rob.
I got a classic one. He also has. What is yours?
Mine is maple. I was trying to keep it quiet because I don't want to share it with these guys.
We got pumpkin and jalapeno.
Jalapeno would be good. I'm not a pumpkin guy, so I'm gonna. But
it's that time of year. Come on now.
But the sweet heat, I know. I
have you tried the new McDonald's one?
I'm just anti-pumpkin.
No, the new. What? It's that time of the year.
They're fun to cut up. I don't want to eat
I
one.
love pumpkin.
I'll fry the seeds. The pumpkin seeds, I'll eat the heck out of pumpkin seeds. But I do not like pumpkin pie or pumpkin thing. There's one thing I like.
Okay.
That I will kill people for.
What's that?
The Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show that they do every year. Those pumpkin rolls.
Those
Debbie pumpkin rolls with the cream.
Rolls, yes.
Oh yeah, those I'll kill people for.
No.
That's the only pumpkin thing I will.
When is that coming up? Because I don't want to miss it.
It's usually right around that first part of December here. Usually right around that right around the time of the light parade. Usually.
I thought it was
around
November.
that time.
We'll see.
So.
November. I think it's about 18th or 19th.
Okay, maybe it's a little earlier.
Around Thanksgiving, I
thought. Okay, I was thinking it was a little like that first week of December. Maybe
that's my favorite as well.
People that are in there.
Yeah, got to get well. If you got to.
And you know what? Invite everyone else to my store for Halloween. We're having a huge trunk or treat this year.
Absolutely, and come out on the weekends. I know all the time, like the Humane Society and various groups are always doing stuff out there in front of the Ace Hardware. Just and they're doing like one day they were doing ice cream for the dogs and all that about a month ago.
Really?
And, and pretty much every weekend there's usually something going on at the hardware store there with
trunk or treat will be big this year.
Okay, good
Rob
deal.
Is full of ideas. Let me tell you, I absolutely love working with Rob because he's just an energetic bunny that comes up with all kinds of stuff. He overwhelms me sometimes. I'm like, Rob, can I get done with what I just...
I think I do that on any organization. When you see them, as to tell me to calm down a little bit.
They're like, calm down. Just give me a minute. Let me finish this.
Give me 5.
And I love Ace Hardware, but my problem is the only time I ever go in there is when I'm in trouble. Like, you know what I mean? Like, something broke. So I'm usually frazzled 9 times out of the 10 when I go.
The honey-do list.
Yeah. And a big thank you as well to Ace Hardware. They provided for us a big, 10-gallon, 15-gallon, not good at those kind of numbers, Rob, for our bottle caps to benches program. And so he provided one for us over at the Chamber of Commerce. So if you've got bottle caps, You can deliver them again to the Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely.
They'll be sorting this weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Good deal.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going with those benches. And since we're collecting Kathy Lay with the city, they've got their Science and Art Fair coming up next Saturday. They're collecting like the plastic bottles and stuff for their projects and stuff. So if you see one of their little Keep Roswell Beautiful bags and you got a few milk jugs or these bottles, throw them in there too. But yeah, those top, and they're collecting the tops too for the same thing. Everyone's collecting the tops. So save your bottle tops and your mayonnaise jar tops and all that. All those because after a couple hundred of those, you got a bench. So
so somebody asked me something, you guys. I'm just going to query you guys. They asked me, so Barbara, why do you have the benches facing the street? And I said, I don't know. That's the way they've always been. Well, there's nothing to look at in the street. Why don't you turn them around to look at the stores instead? And I'm just really kind of not sure about that. What do you guys think?
I don't know. Well, I think
which way should they face? Because they've been there before
I never
got
thought
there.
to turn them around. I just always,
I mean,
maybe each other. Put two and have them in. Have a conversation.
That was an option that they said. Why don't you put two next to each other so at least people can look at each other, or to look at your event when it's happening? Why do you have it facing the street?
Well, and in all fairness,
I don't know.
I will say this: as far as the potential for entertaining weird things to happen, you want to look at the street because that's where people do dumb things.
It's like being at the airport.
The guy that doesn't know how to signal, the guy that...
that is true.
As far as an entertainment value, I'm guessing if you're looking at the street, you got less chance of missing things. Yeah. Whereas if something's behind you going on, you'll hear that and you can turn around.
Yeah.
But
so anyway, I was just questioned about that, and I thought, I never thought about that.
But now that you asked that question, I just want to now move them in various directions to see how people engage and react to them.
The city will love me.
Just put them there and let's see what people do with them. You know what I mean? Just kind of thing. Yeah, maybe it'll work itself out.
Yeah.
I never even thought of that to you, but now I'm going to be thinking about that all day.
Oh, yeah. So when you drive down the street, look at it.
And I'm one of those guys
that
that's what I stew on is stuff like that. Yeah. What would our legs look like if our knees bent the other way? That's me.
Okay, now that's a weird one I hadn't thought about.
Well, thank you guys. We'll see y'all next time, if not sooner here. So,
thank you, Mike.
And
again,
have a great weekend. You too. MainStreetRoswell.org if you have any questions about anything we talked about or on Facebook. And reach out. And lots going on. So,
thank you.
All right, 9:58. I better shut my hole to play a couple ads before they kick me off the radio. Quick break before we go. Don't go away.
I'm not a fan of any body of water that goes above my chest. Because of that, I've lost out on some great chances to snorkel, water ski, even swim in the ocean. And I'm okay with that. Who knows what's living below the surface of the water? In Matthew 14 is the story of Peter walking on the water. The apostles are in a boat in a storm. Jesus walks on the water up to the boat. In response to Jesus' invitation, Peter gets out of the boat and walks on the water. The problem comes when Peter takes his eyes off Jesus, realizes what he's doing, sees the storm, and starts to sink. Jesus rescues him with the words, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Jesus didn't say no faith. Peter at least got out of the boat. He did the impossible for a moment. The rest of the apostles just watched from the boat. They had no faith. In my study this week, I read this statement: I'd rather be an inept water walker than an inactive boat potato. One lesson we don't always take from the story is that it takes just a little faith to do amazing things, but we have to trust God enough to get out of the boat.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Hey neighbors, there's a new source for all your appliance needs in the area. We're Roswell Appliance Outlet. We sell new minor scratch and dent appliances, and we'll help you save 40 to 60% off of MSRP. All come with warranty and personalized service. We also offer parts and service for your existing household appliances. We offer financing and delivery options as well. Don't make that big box store mistake. Come see us at Roswell Appliance Outlet today at 600 South Main in Roswell, or call 575-363-9236.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. 336,000 jobs added in September. It was an unexpectedly robust gain and the largest monthly rise since January. Evidence many companies remain confident enough to keep hiring despite high interest rates and a hazy outlook for the economy. The unemployment rate unchanged at 3.8%. Heritage Foundation public finance economist E.J. Antoni tells the Salem Radio Network the trends in the labor force from just before the COVID-19 pandemic through today are disturbing.
If you look at, for example, those not in the labor force, a lot of this has to do with the explosion of people who are on disability now. Instead of being at 95 million and trending down. We're now up about at 100 million.
The economist E.J. Antoni. Also at townhall.com, Donald Trump endorsing Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan to become the next House Speaker.